始我们都要在一起，每个字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。
每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送舊迎新。最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。
每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送舊迎新。最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。 我们都要在一起，每个字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着甜聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着甜聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送舊迎新。
最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着甜聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着甜聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每個人的臉上都充滿歡喜，都忙着送舊迎新。
最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
一年開始我 我们都要在一起，每个字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新开始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送舊迎新。
最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每個人的臉上都充滿歡喜，都忙着送舊迎新。
最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
一年開始 始我们都要在一起，每个字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着甜醉意義，會除了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着甜醉意義，
會除了福氣讓你知。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送舊迎新。
最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着甜醉意義，會除了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着甜醉意義，
會除了福氣讓你知。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每個人的臉上都充滿歡喜，都忙着送舊迎新。 最开心等过年，烟花都开遍，新的开始我和你。每一年开始我们都要在一起，每个字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新开始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每時也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，
匯聚了福氣讓你知。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每時也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送旧迎新。最开心等过年，烟花都开遍，新的开始我和你。每一年开始我们都要在一起，每个字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每時也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，
匯聚了福氣讓你知。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每時也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送旧迎新。 最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每時也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每時也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每個人的臉上都充滿歡喜，都忙着送舊迎新。最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每時也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每時也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。
大家好，我係我家年 Rabbits Warriors， 我哋呢一邊多才多藝，仲有 Game Man 同埋 MamaJess 喺度加持，我哋冇驚過，即管放馬過嚟。
Hi everybody, my name is Zentson. I'm the captain one of Rabbit Warriors team. I'm very confident with them because my team got two new members. One is Penjahat, one is Aul. So they are very professional in this MLBB scenes. So have fun everybody. Go, go, go!
Hello, my name is Zaf.
I'm MamaJess.
Oh, we stronger or they're stronger? I think
They are stronger
yeah.
lah. So it's no, we are not stronger. But is it easy game?
Of course, yes.
Because we'll look for you, love you more. Ah?
I love you, Zentson.
Hi guys, saya Aul.
Hi, I'm ZiWei.
Don't try, don't know, because me the top global Moscow can kill you all. Yeah.
Because my team has 2 professional players, so I will just count on that.
And I can give you ampao.
Woo!
Hi everybody, this is Xair and I'll be playing in Team Kungfu Rabbit. I think it will be an easy peasy game because all I have to do is rely on my teammates, so you guys will lose.
Hello, I'm Vincent. I'm playing in Rabbit Warriors. I won't go easy on you guys.
Okay, nama saya XK Penjahat, orang panggil So, and I'm from Rabbit Warrior. So I give my 1 out of 10 red to defeat the enemy, the Kungfu Warrior.
Kungfu Rabbit.
Kungfu Rabbit. The Kungfu Rabbit.
Okay, Kungfu Warrior. Saya dari tim Kungfu Rabbit. Nama saya Dennis Lim. Saya YouTuber Mobile Legends. Saya akan bagi 300% untuk defeat penjahat ni.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the Spring Festival Celebrity Variety Show MLBB X TVB. My name is ICBaby12 and I will be your caster today. And today we have a very, very special event for you guys. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, Happy Chinese New Year, because this is a brand new year and we're celebrating the lunar year of the rabbit. And of course, today we have a very, very special guest from TVB, all the way from Hong Kong, a singer as well as an actor, none other than Ngo Ka-Nin, to be participating with us for today, and a couple of more of TVB celebrities as well, and as well as your local Mobile Legends Bang Bang celebrities. So I know you guys are excited to see who they are. Let me introduce them. Starting this off, we are going to be dividing them into 2 different teams. First team is going to be Kungfu Rabbit, and the second team being Rabbit Warriors. So starting things off for Kungfu Rabbit, the captain for the team is going to be none other than Ngo Ka-Nin, followed by Zef, Xair, Dennis Lim, as well as MamaJess. And from the second team, their opponents, Rabbit Warriors, the captain is going to be Zentson, followed by the members of ZiWei, Vincent, XK Penjahat, and none other than Aul, your local Mobile Legends celebrity. But in case you guys are wondering how the games are going to be happening here, the format for the first matchup is going to be a normal 5v5 band pick. Yes, that's right, a normal 5v5 band pick. This is going to be an interesting one because I'm going to be curious to see whether or not your local celebrities as well as our TVB Hong Kong celebrity Ngo Ka-Nin is going to be able to perform at the finals. Can they play the El Clasico? Because I know you guys are extremely excited. Without further ado, we're going to be jumping straight into this game number 1. I know you guys have wanted to see it. We are going to be jumping in. Up on screen, we have Kungfu Rabbit on the blue side and Rabbit Warrior on the red side. This is going to be the first time playing against each other as well as with each other. And starting things off with the bands, we have Fanny, going to be first band coming from Kungfu Rabbit. Seems like a pretty no-brainer here, meta hero, very annoying hero jungler to actually deal with. Okay, Rabbit Warrior as well, going to be banning off the Atlas. That is going to be, I guess, pretty standard rank game meta bands coming from both sides. So I'm curious to see who and what they can play, because on Kungfu Rabbit, we have Ngo Ka-Nin with the Chinese name here, Nin. And we do have the Link also being banned from side Kungfu Rabbit. So that is going to be a little bit of a respect on towards Aul as well as Penjahat. Going to be playing on the professional heroes, right? They are professionals in the current Mobile Legends circuit itself, so they do have some sort of experience coming in from this game. Arkai also going to be banned off, and to start things off the El Clasico, I'm not exactly sure how both sides are going to work things out. But now, first phase pick coming in from Kungfu Rabbit. What's it gonna be? There are a lot of strong heroes to actually be picked up from both sides, but interesting enough, they are going to first pick the Rafaela, so that's going to be a little bit of a comfort pick coming in from Kungfu Rabbit. So I want to see how it goes down. But Rabbit Warrior, oh, okay. Starting things off, we're going to see the Johnson. So we are going to be seeing a little bit of a road rage coming in from their side. So I want to see what kind of expectation, what kind of fancy footwork or combos that Rabbit Warrior is going to be bringing to the table. But it seems like they are going to be opening things off with a potential Johnson as well as Eudora. I was expecting maybe a Johnson Odette coming from Rabbit Warrior if they decide to go for the Wombo combos, the famous one as well. But it seems like Rabbit Warrior, they're here to actually show us some really, really fun time. Whereas Kungfu Rabbit, what's this going to be their response? Now it's going to be up to Dennis Lim, also known as Lim Xiaoming in this IGN. Zev going to be picking off the gourd. Interesting. Seems like they do have some sort of synergy, but okay. Whoa. Oh, alright. The Yin, a classic rank stomping hero, and this is going to be an interesting one. I want to see how they're going to be playing the Yin pickup coming in from Kungfu Rabbit if they decide to go for it. 3 more seconds left on the clock. Seems like they might be locking it down for Kungfu Rabbit. Seems like that is going to be the case. Not exactly sure. Is this going to be a jungle Yin or is it going to be a side lane Yin? But it seems like they are going to be going for a jungle Yin coming in from Kungfu Rabbit. Rabbit Warrior, what is it going to be? Okay, they're going to be double downing on the Layla for the late game potential. So I do see some sort of synergy coming from Rabbit Warrior as well as in terms of their composition. Layla, one of the strongest late game marksmen out there in the current patch itself. And having Johnson that just scales so well in early game, buying a little bit of time, seems to be a key winning component around Rabbit Warrior's composition. So I like that they're going to be taking advantage of Johnson. I'm not exactly sure who's going to be playing here. Is it going to be Aul or is it going to be Penjahat? Because both of them has experience playing this hero. They're pros for a reason, right? So Kungfu Rabbit, now I'm curious what Ngo Ka-Nin is going to be playing here. Is it going to be playing Rafaela or is it going to be playing something else? But as of yet, Kungfu Rabbit seems like they're doubling down. They're banning off the Franco instead, which is kind of interesting. I think this is going to be a little bit more of information being played from side of MamaJess, right? We've all watched Aul, we've all watched Penjahat over the scene itself. They do play some really, really interesting ones as well. But Balmond pick are coming from Rabbit Warrior, but it still hasn't exactly opened up my mind here. What is the Balmond going to be playing? Is he playing a jungle Balmond or is it going to be a side lane one coming from Rabbit Warrior? Because as of yet, Kungfu Rabbit, they're showing the Kimi. Okay, this is a interesting one coming from Kungfu Rabbit, but Leslie is pretty much a no-brainer. It has been buffed. They're one of the strongest marksmen out there in the previous patch as well as the current patch as well. I want to see how it goes, but Sun being hovered down. It seems like we are going to see potentially the Sun Wukong coming in from Kungfu Rabbit to celebrate our first ever MLBB here for the New Year's of 2023. And this is going to be interesting. I want to see how Kungfu Rabbit plays this because it seems like they've got a lot of late game potential. And oh, wait a minute, Rabbit Warrior going in for the final pickup. Seems like that is going to be a jungle. What's it? Is that a free? No, that's the brand new skin for Badang, the Saint Seiya skin. Alright, I did not expect this. I was expecting a jungle Balmond, but that pretty much sums up the drafts coming from both sides, and I'm looking forward to see how Kungfu Rabbit as well as Rabbit Warrior duke it out for the first game here for the tournament itself. It is going to be the Spring Festival Celebrity Variety Show MLBB X TVB, and up on screen we do see the players themselves. They're feeling extremely hyped up. On the top side we have Rabbit Warrior, and on the bottom side we have members coming from Kungfu Rabbit. You can see Xair already preparing herself to duke it out. This is going to be a pretty interesting match to see how things go, especially for game number 1. Ngo Ka-Nin is not going to be joining us in the studio. He is going to be playing all the way from Hong Kong, but I want to see whether or not communication is going to be the issue for the both of these teams. But as of yet, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is going to be game 1 with Kungfu Rabbit on the blue side and Rabbit Warrior on the red side. And up on screen we do see Lim Xiaoming as well. Xair going to be jungling on the bottom side as well as they try and farm their way through. ZiWei and Aul going to be playing a double mid rotation down mid. Zev is going to be left all alone coming in from Kungfu Rabbit, as we do see a little bit of harassments coming in, so a little bit of a different approach when it comes to their playstyles. Vincent going to be left all alone on the top side, so Kungfu Rabbit, they're just going to play a little bit of lane swap. It seems like bottom lane is just completely ignored, but love you more. This is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Zentson coming from Rabbit Warrior, getting a very aggressive rotation down bottom. Force the recall back, so that's going to be a little bit of a setback for him. Gonna continue a little bit more pressure down mid. Zeph is gonna try to get a little bit of harassment here. A little poke damage. Nice, almost connecting the shot, but ZiWei is just messing around. Gonna try soak up a little bit more XP before it pops off. MamaJess, however, on that marksman division, we do see Aul also going for a little bit of rotations, trying to set up a couple of kills for on the top side. Unfortunately, we won't see much happening until everyone gets those 4. ZiWei going for a little bit combo. Zeph taking a little bit too much damage. And Nin is going to be on the top middle side as well, going to tank a little bit of tower, and they do trade off on the top side as well. Xiao Ming, Dennis is going to be picked off alongside with Xair, so that's got a good trade-offs coming from Rabbit Warrior, considering that they got 1 kill down mid, but they were able to trade a little bit more. Sun now gonna be in a little bit of trouble, gets caught up by Penjahat. Nin needs to make a run for it, but unfortunately will not be able to flicker out of there as he went for the Inspire build. So he is playing a little bit safe for now, doesn't have those emblems yet. Meanwhile, down towards the middle lane, as you can see, Dennis is going for a fight. This is going to be a huge one as well. Balmond getting a couple freebies here. And that is going to be a good lead for the Yin to actually get skill in towards the later stage game. But top side, they do find a pickoff as well coming from Rabbit Warrior. As Kungfu Rabbit as well as Rabbit Warrior, they're just duking it all out from all fronts in terms of the bloodbath. Bloodbath, kills after kills after kills. Now here comes Penjahat. He gets a big catch as well and catches Nin again, and that is going to be 3 deaths so far for Nin, while Rabbit Warrior will be scaling in terms of the economy department. That's going to be a 2k lead. Meanwhile, finally, Aul getting those 4. We are going to be seeing the rapid touchdowns roaming around as well. He's going to look for the crash. He's driving around, looking for the right opportunity. Wow, Dennis is trying his best going for the push. Now Xair, he's going to get caught out. Instantly goes for the wombo combo, and Rabbit Warrior gets a nice pickoff once again. 1k lead so far, and they secured the turtle for the Badang. That's going to be a jungle Badang, ladies and gentlemen. I did not expect this at all. A jungle Badang up on XK Penjahat. That's pretty interesting. Meanwhile, bottom side as well, they do get a really nice kill coming from the Sun itself, as Sun will be able to get a nice pickoff onto its ZiWei. Onto its Zentson, actually. That is actually the captain coming in on the Balmond. So it's a little bit of interesting stuff. Oh, ZiWei gonna be backing off. Dennis getting overcommitted on his jungler. He's gonna get punished for his tower. Gonna get a kill from that fight. Now Aul as well as Vincent gonna be getting off. Vincent panicked off, jumped off the ship, and now he's gonna die. MamaJess will get a trade-off for a Kungfu Rabbit. Middle lane immediately crash coming in from Rapid Warriors as they get a nice pickoff onto a Zave. So it's gonna be blood trades after trades after trades, and now Nin also gonna be taking a little bit too much damage here. Zenson's gonna chase him down. The captain's gonna go man fight his way through. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get that kill, as Nin is going to be able to back off instead. So he's going to be A-okay, going for the reset, and he's going to recall back. That's going to be a big chunk of gold going to be heading on towards Rabbit Warrior. Seems like it is going to be a prosperous one coming in from Rabbit Warrior. However, here comes Aul as well as XK Penjahat. A little bit of accident being happening, but as soon as that happens, middle lane, Kungfu Rabbit, they will get a nice isolation with the domain expansion coming in, but Penjahat says, nope, you get a kill, but you are not running away. Great rotation so far by the Homeboys duo. That's going to be Penjahat as well as Aul, showing you why pros are this good. And as you can see, they get a very nice pickoff for now. Rabbit Warrior, however, it's going to be taking a little bit of a tough time, especially for Vincent on this Layla marksman. Doing a pretty okay job, but at the same time, MamaJess gets a very nice pickoff with this Leslie. So that's the power of Leslie now. We've talked about how strong the hero itself it is, and that's going to be MamaJess showing him why she deserves to be part of it. Meanwhile, Aul wants to try and punish this. Unfortunately, sidesteps his way through. MamaJess is going to be A-okay. However, Rabbit Warrior, they're not letting off the hook. They want to make another attempt coming from Penjahat, and Aul. A sidestep once again from MamaJess, forcing Homeboys to actually crash their way through. So unfortunate for them, they are going to waste a little bit more time. Meanwhile, Dan is going to be making a little bit of work off the other side of the map as they get a kill onto a ZiWei. So that's going to be huge on this jungler. So Kungfu Rabbit is slowly able to bounce back, considering the amount of economy that Rabbit Warrior was able to lead in terms of economy. So with this plays coming from Kungfu Rabbit, they are going to be able to bounce back in these games one. And my goodness, the amount of action that is happening across the map is just unreal. The fight after fight after fight. And now they are going to try and secure the turtle. Kungfu Rabbit, they are going to be able to bounce back. This is going to be turtle secure. Meanwhile, Penjahat as well as Aul going to be missing their rotations here as they try to pick off somebody on the top side. However, in a little bit of a danger waters, Aul's going to be in trouble. But as soon as that happens, ZiWei's going to get picked off. As soon as they pick off, they get a retaliation from behind. Surprise, surprise! Rabbit Warrior bounces back, gets a double, and now Dennis versus Aul is going to be stuck in an awkward situation. But Aul is just so tanky, and they wipe the floor with the 4-man wipe coming from Rabbit Warrior from both XK Penjahat as well as Aul. Who would have that would have happened, because I did not expect that at all. From behind, surprise, surprise. You do not bully ZiWei. That's going to be the response coming from Rabbit Warriors as they fight back, as they build out a little bit more economy. Kungfu Rabbit, however, they're still not out of it yet. Economy-wise, this is only shy about 2k. As long as MamaJess survives it, she's going to be okay. But as soon as I said it, I'm sorry, I jinxed it. That's going to be a little bit unfortunate event. However, they do train another kill down bottom, so that's going to be a little bit of a consolation coming from Kungfu Rabbit. Lightning Trunkin purchase up on ZiWei. That's going to let the Eudora do a little bit more damage in terms of combos. They going to pop an ultimate, does a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough. As Nin tries to dive the tower and get a kill, unfortunately, will not have the damage to do so. It's going to take a little bit more time to farm up some economy before he can do some serious damage. Zay, however, making a couple of good attempts, but based on itemization, we do see the corrosion scythe up on the sun. So that's going to be a good item pickup, but he needs a little bit more before he can actually do a little bit more later on. Meanwhile, top side, we do see a pickup coming from MamaJess. Gets crashed in. However, Zay is going to be there to get a little bit more harassment. And Dennis Lim saves the day. Gets a kill on towards Zentson. And now he's going to try and get a little bit more. And that's going to be a double for Dennis as he picks up the Layla. No marksman. And this is going to be a trouble for Rabbit Warriors. Meanwhile, Aul is going to be isolated from Penjahat, but he gets the back lines instead. So that's going to be saved down the trouble. Meanwhile, Kungfu Rabbit, they still want to try and prolong this fight. But the amount of damage coming from the fist crack from Penjahat is a little bit too much. 13-0 on 5 on this jungle Badang. Who would have thought he's scaled so far, while MamaJess is still trying to make ends meet. Level 10 on this marksman, while Penjahat is level 13. So this is going to be a pretty snowbally round coming from Rabbit Warrior, as they need to take a little bit more time to try and farm up on those marksmen. But as soon as I say that, how can you do so? Because Rabbit Warrior is always rotating around the map. Look at this. XK Penjahat always looking for the flanks, and guess what? From behind, Zave in the blind spot, forced to pop the ultimate. It does a significant amount of damage on this Balmon, but Dennis will settle by killing him off instead. But he's going to be stuck. He's got the ultimate form, but his teammates a little bit too far off and zoned out, because XK Penjahat just completely destroys the back lines. Takes out Xair, takes out Zay, takes out Nin as well, and MamaJess, last woman standing from the side of Kungfu Rabbit, is going to try and pull it through, but she is only level 10 and she needs to find a little bit more farm to do so. It's going to be very difficult to do so. However, the plus side coming from Kungfu Rabbit is that Vincent on this Layla marksman is only level 9, so it's not over yet. As long as Kungfu Rabbit is able to scale into a later stage game, they will have a chance to come back. But Rabbit Warrior, they give away space. This is going to give a little bit more time for Kungfu Rabbit to farm up a little bit more farm. As you can see, Kungfu Rabbit, they're going to be grouping up as 5 to try and safe farm their way through. So they're going to prioritize their farms a little bit more on towards potentially MamaJess or maybe even Dennis Lim. But it seems like Dennis Lim wants to go for the pickup. Nice ultimate catch here. That's going to be the Balmon taken out once again. Zentson out of the equation. ZiWei going to be taking a little bit too much damage. 2 taps is all they need, but MamaJess will secure the kill. But guess what? Penjahat from behind tries to go for the wombo combo, but MamaJess stops the combo. Manages to escape this, but the rest of his teammates is going to get picked off bit by bit, and now they have to back off. Kungfu Rabbit making a run for it. Penjahat trying to catch up to MamaJess. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit too hard considering there is no flicker available for this Badang. Then his name just completely bails on it. Tries to get a tower 2 instead, but Aul will deny him that opportunity. Vincent is going to be showing himself here, but Xiao Mei, can he finish him off before he dies? Can he survive? Absolutely not, as Rabbit Warrior just has too many numbers in their advantage. And once again, another attempt, the rapid touchdown coming from Rabbit Warrior to continue with their aggression. Kungfu Rabbit now needs to make a run for it. Zev a little bit too afraid, preemptively goes for the recall. And will back out safely. Doesn't want to stay too far away from his teammate, from her teammates, and that's gonna be on the top side. But guess what? This is a Johnson we're talking about, right? They are gonna be able to crash from behind to get Nin. They get Xair as well. That's gonna be a big catch coming in from Penjahat as well as Aul. They get 3. No, actually they get 2. So that's 2 very, very big kills coming from Rabbit Warrior once again as they continue to scale back their lead. Zave, however, isolated for them fight. That's going to be a big catch as well, but Dennis Lim is going to isolate the mage here as he tries to get a little bit more. He gets the combo, he gets a double, but unfortunately, can he get a little bit more? The damage is a little bit too much, and that's going to be a legendary coming in from Penjahat. And MamaJess not in position to try and get any kind of consolation trades here, as MamaJess needs to get a little bit more farm. 3, 1, and 3. She's got the mobility. She's only level 12, but once she hits those level 15, this is where she is going to be able to challenge Penjahat. And as of yet, Penjahat is just so tanky with this killing spree as well. And on top of it all, the amount of kills he's gotten, whew, that is kind of scary. Kind of scary, not gonna lie. But as of yet, on the bottom side, going for a roadkill. Doesn't seem to be looking for the right target. They do see the Leslie getting caught out, but oh, that was a close sidestep its way through. MamaJess flickers away, dodges the rapid rush down, but look at the damage coming from MamaJess. They can actually force a fight, but guess what? Penjahat's ultimate is a little bit too much. The domain expansion comes in. It's going to be 1v1. It's got to be close, but Penjahat at the last tick wins the ordeal. 1v3, survives to tell the tale and backs out. Oh, so unlucky. MamaJess tried her best, but the burst coming in from Penjahat is a little bit too scary. 23 kills and 0 death so far. Doesn't even need the Layla yet, but now with the Lord up for grabs, Rabbit Warriors, they have all the space in the world, and now Aul also going for the reset again, continuing with their aggression, looking for the crash. Can they get it? But it seems like they do not want to find their target. However, this is going to be an interesting one because, oh, as soon as they say it, they're going for the crash. They get Nin once again, and Aul re-engages it and tries to get Xair. They get another one on top of it all. They split off the combo, but it was still effective to chunk down all those HPs coming from Kungfu Rabbit. Xiaoming getting the play of despair. You can see slowly mows them down, looking for more. Gets a double with this year. Dennis Lim showing him who's boss. However, there's going to be another pickoff coming in from Zay as Rabbit Warrior comes in for the pickoff again with the Johnson Badang combo. I was expecting a Johnson Odette, but guess what? Penjahat has something new in store, the Badang on the Saint Seiya skin. Whew, that's a pretty sexy skin. You know, it's all gold, kind of looks like me as well. If you guys take a look at my costume as well, I like gold, you know, who doesn't, right? It's Chinese New Year, it's all about looking for wealth and looking for prosperity, and I hope you guys at home watching this as well is going to be having a joyous, fruitful one, because as of yet, Penjahat, he's going to look for another one. And that is going to be a pickoff coming in from Rabbit Warrior again as they pick off Nin. Xair needs to make a run for her life as Rafaela forces the flicker away as MamaJess is going to be popping the ultimate as well to zone them out. But at the same time, Dennis finds a pickup on Layla. He needs to make a run for it. He knows he's going to get isolated as well. He's got the damage to do so, but they are just buying time as much as they can. ZiWei going to be setting up with Aul, looking for the crash. Doesn't seem to find the tight angle. However, on the side, Penjahat gets the pick off of MamaJess, and that is huge considering that Rabbit Warrior is looking for the pick off. Zay also popping off with this gore, shutting down the Eudora. So that's going to be a little bit of a trade-off coming in from both sides. That's huge. Meanwhile, big stuns coming in from Rabbit Warrior. Coming in from Aul, connecting on 3, that's huge. But once again, Kungfu Rabbit, what's the game plan here? They need to find a way to come back into this. But as soon as I say that, Aul as well as Penjahat, they're going to continue with that fight. And this is going to be a hard match indeed, considering that Rabbit Warrior is just controlling the tempo of the map. They lose a tier 1 up top, they lose a tier 2 down bottom, so map control wise is not exactly the most favorable one as well. Itemization as well, we do see that Zentson doesn't have items, which is kind of interesting considering that this is a Balma, but at the same time, Kungfu Rabbit They are going to get picked off. They don't even need the captain Zentson. It seems like it's going to be a pretty lax one. And we talk about trash talk as well as taunting before the game itself. It seems like there is just so much. However, the fight will continue as Kungfu Rabbit will try to get a couple pickoffs here. Owl with the immortality is capable of alive. Meanwhile, Jess could not get over the wall set up from this Badang. So it's gonna be a little bit of trouble, but waiting for cooldowns here. Here comes the stun. Domain expansion comes in. He goes for the ultimate, but Dennis Lim taking too much damage from this Badang. Who would have thought that Penjahat has got 31 kills? My goodness, what am I watching? XK Penjahat just completely demolishing Kungfu Rabbit. Slice and dice. In this case, punch and punch. Yes, I know it's a terrible punchline, but oh no. Seems like well, Zentson is going to get picked off on the bottom side, so that's going to be a little bit of retaliation coming from Ngo Ka-Nin from Kungfu Rabbit. So that's going to be a little bit of a pick-off coming in, but at the same time, they're just losing so much turrets from across the map. They are farming a little bit more damage, but Rabbit Warriors, they need to find a way to close up this game. It's so very difficult to do so. They're just relying on all these team fights, but as soon as I say this, they get a nice pick-off, and guess what? They're going to be caught out, but there's going to be ZiWei getting completely caught off guard, but for little did they know, it wasn't Penjahat that was with the Johnson, but at the same time, tried to go in for the follow-up, gets punished by the tower, and that's going to be the first step out on Penjahat. That's going to be good for Kungfu Rabbit, as they need the comeback economy, but slowly but surely, the economy at this stage of the game, 17 minutes into the game, it seems like it doesn't even matter this stage because both sides are going to have full items. But as soon as I say it, what a low respawn time for Owl. Out of nowhere, surprises Kungfu Rabbit with that roadkill. They get another one for Rabbit Warrior. Now, Domain comes in, they catch off Dennis, but there's just no follow-up. Zentson here gonna be picked off as well. The damage coming from Dennis is a little bit too much to handle. So that's gonna be 18 kills up on Dennis Lim on this Yin. Doing so much work. Meanwhile, MamaJess is struggling to get kills of her own. Johnson, not one of the tankiest tank out in the meta, but at the same time, not necessarily the easiest target for heroes like Leslie to actually pick off, considering that it is a poke and poo hero. As soon as I say this, the Lord is going to be focused down coming from Kungfu Rabbit. They're calling it Rabbit Warrior, going for the crash. Dennis Lim perfectly understands what was happening, baits it out. The Lord will be resetted for now. And Rabbit Warrior, they're going to try and reset with this purple buff with Penjahat on 33 kills in the board. Kungfu Rabbit, however, playing a little bit slow. They do have Ngo Ka-Nin up on the top side, trying to go for a split push pressure, and this is smart considering that, oh well, as soon as I say it, Penjahat, they get a double kill down mid. A big catch coming from Penjahat once again, 35 kills. This is the most amount of kills I've seen so far. Domain expansion comes in, picks up ZiWei, now looking for Vincent as well. That's going to be a double kill again for him. Meanwhile, that's happening. Ngo Ka-Nin is going to be going for the split push pressure. He goes in, oh my goodness, he just stood there and looked at their eyes, and guess what? He was able to dodge the initial burst, but he could not escape the wall set up by Penjahat. So great attempt, the tier 3 survives for now. Great defense coming from Rabbit Warrior as Kungfu Rabbit will try and make something out of the other side of the map. They will pick off Zentson on the bottom side. So that's going to be a little bit of a tussle coming in from Rabbit Warriors. Bottom lane, as you can see, another attempt coming in from both Penjahat as well as Ahu as they roam around the cities and look for the potential victim. In this case, Kungfu Rabbit, they're smart now. They've learned the lesson. The torture coming in for the past 19 minutes has been really, really traumatizing, as they are starting to realize how the rotations work, as Kungfu Rabbit slowly dodging their way through 52 kills in the hands of Rabbit Warriors. But economy-wise, nice pick-off coming from MamaJess. It doesn't even matter because this marksman is starting to pop off. Flicker comes in as soon as they see both Penjahat as well as Aul. They immediately respect this and back out of this fight. Rabbit Warrior now going for another attempt. They've got double immortalities up on Badang as well as the Johnson. They want to try to get another road kill here as Kungfu Rabbit very afraid of what's happening. They can't exactly push objectives because of how open and how much map pressure that Rabbit Warrior is bringing in. Now, out from Leslie being brought out as they try to go for a couple pickoffs here. Owl not completely dodging the base off coming from Kung Fu Rabbit. Meanwhile, Ngo Ka-Nin on the top side tries to go for a tier 3, but little did he know, he takes the tier 3 potentially. They might get crashed out, and that's gonna be Xair getting caught out. That's gonna be a big catch as well, but it's only a support. But job's done coming from Kung Fu Rabbit. They take the tier 3 on the top side, and this is huge considering the amount of wave clears and map pressure on the top side is going to keep him off guard. Wow, Nin now going to be doing a little bit more damage, but he's going to be able to split push. But guess what? He's challenging against the Padang. Guess what? Pajai, he doesn't realize that he's starting to hit hard, but ZiWei will save his life. And while that was a distraction from the sun itself, they were able to trade off the Lord, and you can see the smiles on Nin's face. He's like, my job's done. I was just a bait. I was just a distraction, and I was able to get the job done for the team. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, somehow, somewhere, I don't know how, I was able to get a nice pick on Zave. And now MamaJess needs to make a run for it. She has the winds of nature, but the Layla just completely outranges her in this regard. And Aul now going for another attempt with this Johnson. Immortality purchase up on Dennis Lim as they try to fight for more. They lose the middle tower down mid, but oh, Aul misses the angle. He needs to survive this, but Vincent, he got off the truck, and now he's gonna be caught out, and now Aul needs to make a run for it, taking a little bit too much damage from the fountain of Kung Fu Rabbit, as well as the crystal damage. Unfortunately, they just don't have the mobility to pick him off. So that's gonna be a little bit of saving grace. They lose Vincent, but all is well coming from Rabbit Warrior. As long as MamaJess is down for the count, all is well from Rabbit Warrior. But seems like they're calling for the recall. They're calling for Penjahat once again. But as soon as they say this, Dennis Lim is going to try and pick off the Balmond again. So that's going to be godlike up on Dennis Lim. However, sidesteps his way through is going to be fine. But Dennis Lim is thinking, should he go for the purple buff or not? But seems like it's not really a right idea considering that Johnson has not shown himself. But Ngo Ka-Nin going to be picked off as well. Here comes the combo coming from Padang. Could not do anything at all. So that's going to be another big hindrance out of the equation coming from Rabbit Warrior. But Xair now going to be caught up as well. While this is happening, just fights after fights after fights across the map. Dennis Lim once again getting another pick on the middle lane. ZiWei as well as Zentson getting caught out. So every single time Rabbit Warrior to get a pick off the other side of the map, macro-wise, Kung Fu Rabbit is just trading after trading. It's all part of the strategy here. It seems like this first match coming in from both sides, especially in this match, it seems to be very, very competitive. And now Dennis Lim gets a nice catch on towards the Layla, and that's a huge pickoff because MamaJess is alive. Can they finish him with Aul? Aul will use a rapid touchdown to escape the damage. He's gonna be fine. Gets the full reset in. Wants to conserve the immortality. Pro players, every single detail counts. In this case, Kung Fu Rabbit, they do have a slim chance, and this time aggression is in their favor. Aul does have a pretty long cooldown. Not exactly sure what his itemizations yet, but Xair now, they're looking for a setup down towards the jungle. But based on the items here, we do see Balmond from Vincent only having the cursed helmet. One item so far. Meanwhile, for Layla, just full items all the way through, still has the shoes, but Dang does have the Demon Hunter's Sword as well as the Blade of Despair. We've got, well, as soon as I say it, that's going to be the action coming down bottom as well. Xair getting picked off, and Domain Expansion will pick off the Mage as well. So support for two heroes, that's pretty huge because Kung Fu Rabbit, they're knocking onto the base. They need to back off from Rabbit Warrior. They might lose the game, and now they're coming in with the concealed plays. They lose another inhibitor. They want to punish ZiWei, and that's going to be Save getting picked off, and that's going to be Rabbit Warrior. Going to be bouncing back. They still have Penjahat, they still have the Immortalities. They lose a little bit too much inhibitors, and now MamaJess is going to get caught off. The ultimate comes in. Immortality from MamaJess will keep her alive, but can she escape? The stun comes in, but the Wind of Danger barely keeps her alive, but eventually takes her out. But here comes Dennis Lim, says, nope, I'm going to kidnap you and I'm going to kill you, and that's exactly what Dennis Lim is doing. And he's going to try and pick off Aul. He denies him the rapid touchdown, and now he slowly mows him down. He's got the damage. He kicks him off, but he pops the immortality away. But Vincent says, I'm right beside you. I've got the damage. I'm a Layla, but misses the ultimate. And Dennis Lim, he manages to escape it, take advantage of the situation. But at the same time, Rabbit Warrior, they need to defend. The minions are coming in. They're knocking into the base. Owls is here to stun their way through, but they need somebody to clear the minions, and Rapid Toucher comes in. Dennis Lim will be able to escape this as Vincent gives up the rotation, gives up the chase. And Kung Fu Rabbit almost making a comeback in this fight. This is close as it gets. First match Did not expect this to be this close, coming from both sides. As you can see, the purple buff will be picked off from the side of Kungfu Rabbit. And it's not going to even matter anymore at this stage of the game. 25 minutes game, full slotted, economy-wise, doesn't even matter. It's all about securing those Lord and closing out the game. This side, in this case, both teams so far, they've lost both of their inhibitors. Meanwhile, Kungfu Rabbit, their top inhibitor is barely standing with just 1 HP. So Rabbit Warrior technically is in a slight advantage. However, then his name kidnaps the Layla, picks him up, and they also picking off ZiWei. And this is 2 very, very big kills for Kungfu Rabbit. Penjahat has something to say as well. Dennis Lim will try to escape his way through. He sidesteps his way through, and he's got a lot of mobility, and he will be able to dodge a full prawn coming from Rabbit Warrior. Conceal comes in, but Rabbit Warrior says, you know what? It's not worth it. They're focusing on the Lord, but guess what? This is a 26-minute Luminous War. It's just not worth it. Ngo Ka-Nin comes in, and Penjahat doesn't have his ultimate available, but he eventually gets it in time. Just got his cooldown in and picks him off. So they want to try and protect this bottom turret, but the minions, hey, get out of the truck. They need to defend against the minions, but Rabbit Warrior say it's okay. We're looking for pickoffs. Dennis Lim seems to be the biggest nuisance so far for Rabbit Warrior, and they need to find a way to shut him down. This Yin just going a little bit out of control. Meanwhile, Zentson trying to be a sneaky little rat. Unfortunately, in this case, he's going to be the sneaky little rabbit for the Lunar New Years. And it's a really tough one. Penjahat now roaming around, looking for these kills. Can he get a little bit more? Needs to back off, slowly do a little bit of chip damage on the minions, trying to go for a couple of lane controls, but it's going to be difficult to do so. But Penjahat say, you know what, I'm out of here. No more taxi. No more taxi. Enough of the taxi. But Dennis Lim now, still in position. Going for the catch. He wants to kidnap him. He goes for the road kill. He knows he's alone, and he wants to pick off this annoying Johnson. He's got the damage. He misses the stun. Owl will try and kite his way through, but eventually the rest of the teams are not going to be here to protect him. But the damage coming from Owl actually seems to be hurting a little bit too much. Forces a retribution coming from Dennis Lim. Actually, it's going to be Penjahat instead. MamaJess, however, isolated from Penjahat, as Penjahat will pick her off. Now, Fist Crack has been expended. Another drive-by coming in from Rabbit Warrior again, looking for pickoffs on top side. Vincent does have the damage on this Layla, misses the ultimate. Ngo Ka-Nin looking for the 1v1 fight, but with Zev's help on the top side, they do get a pickoff. But here comes the crash out of nowhere. Johnson, I was at the bottom. I started from there, and now I'm at the top. And now they are going to give chase towards Ngo Ka-Nin. He gets stunned up. He will get caught up, and here comes the big combo coming in from Penjahat to deny him the fight. 60 seconds on the sideline for Zev. 68 seconds on the sidelines for Nin. And now, Dennis Lim also being caught up. There's going to be 70 seconds on the sidelines. This might be GG if Rabbit Warrior secures the Lord. And this might be it, considering how Rabbit Warrior has been on the offense throughout the entirety of the match. But look at this. 20 minutes into the game, the Lord so very difficult to take down. So imagine if this was on your side. In this case, Rabbit Warriors will get it guaranteed, as Kungfu Rabbit will do not have the members to defend against this. So Rabbit Warrior going for the reset. They're looking for the GG push now, as Kungfu Rabbit does have a very, very long time before they actually respawn in towards this fight as soon as this match comes in. But as of yet, Penjahat 42 kills in his favor. My goodness, almost more than 60% of the total kills coming from Rabbit Warrior belongs to XK Penjahat. But now, with the Lord knocking in, they need to throw almost everything to defend against this. ZiWei will be picked off. Zay using the ultimate, going for the heroes, but do they have the damage to defend against this? And it seems like they do have the damage, as Rabbit Warrior not synchronized with this push. However, as soon as they say it, here he comes, Penjahat looking for the catch. A big wobble combo comes in, and it was all a bait with the Lord. They get the kill. However, Dennis Lim will go in for retaliation. They burn through 2 immortalities, but the Winter Trunk is swapped coming from Penjahat to prolong his time. It's not going to do him any good. Vincent tries to do something about it. Unfortunately, not able to do so, as Kungfu Rabbit will successfully defend against the assault coming from Rabbit Warrior. And as you can see, they're struggling. They're 3 men down, 70 seconds on the sidelines, and Kungfu Rabbit might be able to make the biggest comeback I've ever seen in Mobile Legends history for 2023. You can see the fatigue is kicking in from both sides. As you can see how close and intense this match is. 30 minutes in towards the entirety of the game. And Kungfu Rabbit just showing him who's boss. MamaJess now going to go for the chunk. And Zentson dying 17 times so far. That's going to be another death in his favor. As Kungfu Rabbit, you can see, they're going to be trying to push in towards the tower. Dennis Lim work towards the middle lane. ZiWei going to be back online in 1 second. While the rest of the teams is going to be 60 seconds on the sideline. Penjahat 20 seconds left. This might be the GG push. Kungfu Rabbit, they might actually win this. Rabbit Warrior, they're going for the push. 2-man stun comes in. ZiWei is going to be going for that. But Dennis Lim says, I'm going to kidnap her and kill her. And now, Dennis Lim wipes the floor with them. And that's going to be a wipeout. And Kungfu Rabbit, they actually do it. They make the comeback. And they actually win the game. You can see the sigh of relief. Who would have thought that this is actually happening? And even the captain himself did not expect that to happen. That was a big win coming in from them. Wow, Kungfu Rabbit showing them who is boss. Ooh la la, did not expect this. That was a long drawn out game coming from both sides. You can see the smiles on everyone's face. Oh my goodness. But now at the same time, I want to see the stats from both sides, but as you can see, they're all full items as well. The MVP gonna be Dennis Lim as well. 31 kills in his back. Penjahat coming from Rabbit Warriors, 44 kills in total, 3 deaths. MVP 20.4 points. I've never seen 20.4 points in my scorers in my life. Aul 15.3 on himself, 16-1 and 29. Zentson only needs 2 items. You know, he thought he could get away with it. 0 items and winning the game. He thought he could get away with it. Unfortunately, did not exactly work out. But look at the damage as well from Penjahat. 239,000 damage done coming in from XK Penjahat. My goodness. Dennis Lim as well is going to be 15,000. But without further ado, first game is pretty much concluded. I want to see who the MVP is for this match. Well, there you have it. The MVP for Kungfu Rabbit is going to be none other than Dennis Lim himself on that yin with a total of 31 kills and 11 deaths as well as 5 assists. A total damage done of 158,000 damage so far. Well done. He understands what needs to be done to carry the team and win the game. If the Johnson is on the other side of the map, I'm going to be playing on the other side of the map. It's all about the mind games. It's all about the macro plays. And Dennis Lim pulled it off. Well done. GG, well played to start things off for this event itself. The Spring Festival Celebrity Variety Show MLBB X TVB collaboration. We've got one of the best in the business and they are here to show you how it's done. GG, well played. And who would have thought Kungfu Rabbit is going to be able to make this comeback, because that was a pretty long drawn out match, and whoo-wee, they really put on a show. And I hope you guys definitely enjoyed that match, because I certainly did. I'm looking forward to see what they have to say for this upcoming match, because that is a pretty interesting one coming in from Kungfu Rabbit, considering how so many things has been drawn out. But at the same time, let us jump into the interview with the captain of Kungfu Rabbit as we come into a conversation with them. Now, we have the interview with the captain of Kungfu Rabbit. We have Ngo Ka-Nin up on call with me all the way from Hong Kong. Thank you for joining me as well. But at the same time, I'm really curious here because that was a pretty close match for first match here, Mr. Ngo Ka-Nin. But at the same time, I'm curious as well, how excited were you when it comes to participating with this event with us when it comes to Mobile Legends Bang Bang? Because I'm pretty sure you did not expect that kind of outcome. And 嘉年先生，我想問而家你感覺係點樣嘅？因為頭先咧，我覺得你係冇 expect 到你會贏到呢場嘅，係冇啊？之後你參加咗我哋呢個節目咧，你覺得係咁咩感覺啦？
其實因為首先講翻頭先即係比賽啦，因為對方咧好犀利嘅，咁但係咧我哋嘅所有嘅我哋嘅隊員咧，所以大家都好合作嘅。咁我哋一路即係自己，我哋一路講緊嘅，譬如話我哋左邊、右邊，哇！中間我哋一路直上。臨尾咧真係差唔多剩翻最尾嗰一下，一打爆咗佢哋嗰個塔咧，個個都大叫。 但係我哋冇諗過，我哋真係可以同一啲咁即係啲高手而贏到佢哋，所以好開心咯。係啊。
Oh. Well, the translation here is he did not expect to actually win this as well, but at the same time, it was a pretty close one as well because all this collaboration, they understood that their opponents were extremely professional and they did not expect to actually win the game. And they were just communicating across the map, talking about where the positions of where Johnson is on the top side, on the bottom side, and everything as well. But at the same time, at the moment they break the crystal, they completely scream a sigh of relief as well as happiness. So that's pretty much the translation from Ka-Nin as well. But thank you so much, Mr. Ngo.
Thank you.
And we are going to be jumping in to see what your teammates think about that match. As you can see, we are going to be jumping in towards your teammates' perspective. For the first time up on screen here, on the screens, we have the winners of game number 1. We have Kungfu Rabbit up on screen. From the left, we have Dennis Lim, followed by Xair from Zef, as well as MamaJess on the right. How are you guys feeling so far?
Awesome!
Epic comeback.
Oh,
Really?
Yes!
You know, that was a pretty interesting match because I thought for a second you guys were gonna lose that because everything was just completely shut down. And then out of nowhere, you guys pulled one of the biggest, fattest comeback here. And I would say one of the most interesting games so far. And I did not expect game 1 to be that long. I was extremely exhausted casting the game, but at the same time, it was a pretty fun one. So talk me through this because Ka-Nin, he did mention a lot of communication, like left, right, left, right. What's the communication like between you guys and from him all the way from Hong Kong?
I think mostly because we want to steal turret on the focus. So he was like left, I'll go left. You go right, you go right. Then it's like, oh, there's car coming. Then everyone is screaming and everything. That's the fun part of it.
The Johnson Badang combo, wow, very scary. Everybody is afraid of it. Every time,
Then literally, once the Badang and the Johnson combo come,
You were shocked.
like, rest in peace, brother.
Now, I've got a little bit of a serious question to ask you guys as well. What do you guys feel about joining the show so far? And I think this is going to be first time as well. And what's your guys feeling collaborating with both the TVB as well as Hong Kong artists? We have Ka-Nin as well as here. We have the artists, KOLs. What do you guys feel about this collaboration so far? Who wants to answer this?
Denise?
Okay, I'll answer. I feel like it's like one of the most random combinations.
Okay.
Yeah, there's pro players, there's YouTuber, and also there's TVB artists. Oh, so special. And I really enjoy it. Very fun, and we are able to communicate very well. And even though they are very new to the game, but then I think they play well. They did a good job. Okay.
They definitely played well because if not, you guys would not have made that epic comeback because no one expected that. That was a pretty good game. But all in all, we are going to be closing up the segment for now as I know you guys are mentally tired as well. You guys got a lot of going through on that map because pretty drawn out game 1 as we are going to be taking a break as we jump into game number 2 very shortly. Thank you guys so much for the interview and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Hopefully in the next interview when you guys win game number 2.
Okay.
Yes, we're gonna win it.
That's pretty much it with the interview coming from Kungfu Rabbit as well. And I know you guys are extremely excited and hyped up for that match with the captain Ngo Ka-Nin as well as their fellow members Zef, Xair, Dennis Lim as well as MamaJess because that was a pretty exciting one and they have so much to say. And I guarantee you guys, we are going to be having more matches to come. So be sure to come back for this matchup as well because we are going to be taking a very short break. And this is the Spring Festival Celebrity Variety Show MLBB X TVB. My name is ICBaby12. We'll see you guys back here after this break.
每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送旧迎新。
最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
每一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着甜着意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，微笑壓縮 顺你心意。祝你有个健康身体，
祝你财源都挂进，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天开始我们都要在一起，每个字都是我的心意，很动状相見緊記着團聚意義，
為着了福氣讓你知。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也是你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送舊迎新。最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛進，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意，很動狀相見緊記着團聚意義，
匯聚了福氣讓你知。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也是你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。
Welcome back to the Spring Festival Celebrity Variety Show MLBB X TVB. My name is ICBaby12 and I'm your host as well as caster as well as translator, anything you wanted. And Happy New Year once again. This is 2023 and this is going to be an exciting one as well. And considering that if you guys are just tuning in, we are going to be having more MLBB matches collaborating with TVB itself. And earlier just now, before this break, we had a very, very exciting match between both Kungfu Rabbit as well as Rabbit Warriors. And in case you're just tuning in here, Kungfu Rabbit consists of members, and like I said, members, the special member all the way from Hong Kong, representing from TVB. We have Ngo Ka-Nin as the captain, followed by the remaining members. We have Xair, Dennis Lim as well as MamaJess, and their opponents Rabbit Warrior with the captain by Zentson, followed by the members of ZiWei, Vincent, Penjahat as well as Aul, as they give you a pretty exciting match for game number 1. However, game number 2 is going to be a little bit more fun matches for you guys. In case you do not know what the format is for this upcoming match, it is going to be single row heroes. Haha. What is single row heroes? This is going to be a fun one, okay? First match, serious game. Very long, a lot of action, a lot of coordination, a lot of mind games. Now, we are going to be adding a little bit of plot twist here for game number 2. It is going to be called Single Rows Heroes. What is Single Row Heroes basically means is that either of these teams, Kungfu Rabbit as well as Rabbit Warrior, is forced to pick one particular row. If they pick tank, all their members has gotta play tank. If they pick mage, all they gotta play the mage. If they pick marksman, everyone's gotta pick the marksman. So in this case, they are gonna be picking in right now. Without further ado, let's jump into the drafts here for game number 2. This is gonna be an interesting plot twist and see whether or not Rabbit Warrior is gonna bounce back. And this is gonna be the drafts here coming in from both Rabbit Warrior as well as Kungfu Rabbit. And this time, the roles are reversed. Kungfu Rabbit will be on the red side and Rabbit Warrior on the blue side. Now, starting things off, it seems like Rabbit Warrior, they will be banning off the archive. So I assume, alright, Kungfu Rabbit, they got the straw of playing all tanks. And for Rabbit Warrior, it's all mages. Okay. I did not expect that at all. I was like, okay, this is gonna be a battle between both mage versus warrior, right? If you're talking about physical damage, you know, I think physical marksmen just do a little bit more against tanky heroes, and whereas for mage department, I feel like heroes such as Kimi isn't too bad to actually deal against tanks, right? You can still force like physical builds on it. I don't know. I want to see what kind of creativity that Rabbit Warrior is going to be bringing, considering that game number 1, Zentson played a taunt where he doesn't need items to actually win the game. They almost won it. I'm not gonna lie, they almost won it. But as soon as I say it, this is gonna be an interesting one because Aul, a current pro player in the MPL region for Malaysia, gonna be playing on this Kimi. So as soon as I said the Kimi, they draft first pick Kimi. So not even gonna be banned off. However, for Kungfu Rabbit, they're picking off the Layla. Okay, interesting idea. So it seems like it's gonna be so it's not tank, it's all marksman coming in from Kungfu Rabbit. So it's not tank. Rabbit Warrior, they just wasted their bans. Wow, oh no, this is unlucky. So it's all about the big brains coming in from what they're gonna be playing. But all marksmen is pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. If they scale enough damage, they can actually chunk through everyone. Meanwhile, Rabbit Warrior, they're going for mages. They've got the Farsa, they've got the Nana coming in, they've got the Kimi. But who's gonna be the frontline tank? Technically, Esmeralda has been nerfed. It is considered a tank, but it's also considered a mage-ish. So technically, if Rabbit Warrior decides to play it, they can completely bully out Kungfu Rabbit. Meanwhile, for marksman department, let's talk about, you know, okay, because it's a role, right? You know, you can still flex your way through. We're talking about marksmen that can tank. In this case, I think, oh my goodness, what's the new hero called? Edith, sorry, yeah. Edith is a pretty decent hero to actually soak damage and is still categorized as a marksman. Does Kungfu Rabbit pick up? Because that's going to be an interesting one. But as of yet, bans is on Kungfu Rabbit. MamaJess, what are they going to ban? Seems like they ban off the Bruno. Oh, okay, they ban off the Bruno. Interesting. I did not expect that at all. They just ban off the Bruno. But at the same time, Rabbit Warrior, they ban off the Balbo, just denying it against Kungfu Rabbit. But this is single role we're talking about, so they can only play. I think the bans doesn't really matter, but as soon as I say it, Edith will be shown, and that's going to be MamaJess playing on Edith. As most likely, that's going to be a tank Edith coming in from Kungfu Rabbit. So it's single roles. Technically, it's still part of the marksman division from Kungfu Rabbit. For Rabbit Warrior, their next respawn, do they pick the Esmeralda? It's pretty much the only tank mage out there, unless they play like full tank on Farsa, which is ridiculous to watch. Physical-wise, from Kimi, makes a lot of sense. But they go for the Valier. I like it. You can play tank Valier as a support. It's pretty decent. And the drafts has been set coming in from Rabbit Warrior. They show the Valier. They show the Cyclops. A lot of zone control. A lot of AoE damage coming in. But from the side of Kungfu Rabbit, what's going to be the final pick? Now, Is it going to be the Sun again? Nope, they have to pick the marksman here for Ngo Ka-Nin. So in this case, they are going to pick the carry. Carry's amazing tank shredder, can play tank as well, which is interesting. We've seen a couple of pub games where carry is playing full tank and just solely depends on passive abilities to chunk damage. So I like this strategy coming from Kung Fu Rabbit. But that's the thing, that is pro play talking about. This is a fun game. Like I said, don't need to be toxic in the comments, but as of yet, this is going to be the drafts coming in from both sides. It's all fun games. Single rows coming in from both sides. Kung Fu Rabbit going full marksman and Rabbit Warrior going full mage in this matchup. And up on screen, this is going to be the matchup from both sides as well. On the top side, we have Rabbit Warrior, and on the bottom side, we have members coming from Kung Fu Rabbit as they get ready and prepare themselves for game number 2. Ooh, this is going to be an interesting one considering how Kung Fu Rabbit was able to give us a pretty intense match in game number 1. Game 2, I guarantee you, it's going to be a legendary match. Hey. Now, without further ado, we're going to be jumping straight into game number 2. As you can see, Homeboy is going to be on the blue... Oh, sorry, not Homeboy. Oh my goodness, I was from Homeboys. Let me rephrase that. We have Rabbit Warrior on the blue side, and we have Kung Fu Rabbit on the red side. This time, Ngo Ka-Nin is going to be in the middle lane. Nin on that carry in the middle lane. Aul going to be playing the jungle as this Kimi. But everyone is going Mage Emblem coming from Rabbit Warrior. Meanwhile, Kung Fu Rabbit going a little bit of a balance from everything as well. A couple of tank emblems as well. Assassin emblems coming from Dennis Lim. But now Nin is going to get picked off in the middle lane. Very, very quick aggression coming from Aul. As Rabbit Warrior, they're looking to tie the series potentially, as they have had a pretty good start from the top side. But now, as you can see, this is going to be a little bit tough one here. As you can see, Zentson, the captain on this Cyclops with the Yoda skin, is going to get picked off. And now also going to be bullying the jungle, going for a 1v1 matchup. Again, Dennis Lim completely shuts him down. And that's going to be a nice pick-off coming from Rabbit Warrior. 2 kills, looking for the third. They've got a lot of aggression, and this is the power of what mages do in the early stage of the game, right? They do so much damage, and ZiWei gonna get dived in, but it was a bait from ZiWei! Oh my goodness! Oh, completely outplayed! Oh no! Nin completely getting shut down. Did not know that Nana's passive ability gives her a second life. ZiWei outplay. What a play. Well done indeed. Game 2. Seems like Rabbit Warrior pulling up the medal here as they try and drive their fights here. Now Zay looking for the fight, and as you can see, Zentson gonna be picked off in the jungle, trying to go for a solo kill. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do much. MamaJess going to be on the XP lane, going up against Vincent on this Valer. Most likely it's going to be a mage Valer, while Aul now making work onto the turtle. MamaJess is here to rotate, but the rest of the teammates coming from Kung Fu Rabbit is nowhere to be found. And his Lim looks for the fight. MamaJess wants to go for the sun, but misses the combo. And now MamaJess needs to make a run for this Kimi. It's going to do some serious damage, but fortunately for her, she will escape with the Raft, with this flicker, as she gets out of it. Now MamaJess goes for the setup, unfortunately misses the combo. Almost connecting on Aul. However, needs to make a run for it. The out comes in, but this is a tank Edith, so she is going to be able to survive it all. Rabbit Warrior starting to tank through a lot of all this damage, and she's smart as well, considering that all she gotta do is just build all full magic defense, and Rabbit Warrior can do absolutely nothing. So it's all up to Aul whether or not he transitions to the build where he goes physical later on, because based on itemizations here so far, everyone is going full mage while Kung Fu Rabbit is going full DPS. We do see a little bit of tankiness coming in from carry as well. Most likely going to go for the Thunder Bell, but at the top side, big feathered airstrike as well as the Aul going for the Kimi chase. Gets a double kill onto a Zay as well as Xair. Top side is down. Vincent going to be bullied out. Mama just needs one more auto attack, but it's going to be connecting on the out there. And now Dennis Lim goes for the ultimate, misses 3 shot, needs one more hit. Vincent now needs to run for his life, and Dennis Lim not going to be able to get that kill, but he doesn't want to let him off the hook. But at the same time, you know what? I will settle with the orange buff down bottom instead for Dennis Lim. But that's a big catch coming in from him, and that's going to be an easy purple buff coming in for... easy orange buff down bottom, while Nin will take a full gold plating on the bottom side with this carry sprint. Top side as well, Zay is going to be in a little bit of trouble. They do see he has Zentson as well, ZiWei going to be going for the combo in. They get the pick off, and Xair is going to be next to fall potentially. Better airstrike, one more is all they need, and that's going to be Penjahat that secures the kill. Nini will be caught out on the bottom side, and 10-3 in favor of Rapid Warrior. Now, this might be a similar game from game number 1, but as of yet, Daniel gets a pick on towards the bottom side on this Vincent. He's gonna get mowed down by Aul. Monster kill this time for Aul instead, as they try and chunk through the gold platings. But at the same time, this seems like a little bit of a repeat from game number 1, because all Kungfu Rabbit needs to do is just buy time, and as long as they buy time, they're going to be able to make a comeback. MamaJess, however, needs to make a run for it. Feather Astra comes in, the stun will connect as well. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do too much, as Ninin is coming in to get a little bit more farm with this carry. A Dina shield coming from Zay on the top side, and that's interesting considering that Zeph going for a tank build on this Mia, so that's a pretty smart choice considering the housing is going on. Nini now going to go for the challenge, almost gets the final auto attack, but Vincent will burst him down instead. Finally gets the glowing one instead. MamaJess tries to go for the setup. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too short to actually go in for the pickup, as Aul slowly chunks it away through. Feather Airstrike not going to connect. Flame Shock comes in, but Aul says, I will slowly mow you down, while the rest of Kungfu Rabbit not going to be able to actually slow him down. They need some sort of cash potential, and so far the only stuns coming in from Kungfu Rabbit is pretty much on the Mia as well as the Edith. Zave gonna be missing the stun, and now is gonna take advantage of free control. While this is happening, then his name completely dodging the fight, tries to take the tier 1, but Vincent sidesteps his way through, and now he's gonna get isolated. Now Nin looking for the fight. They are gonna be taking him off, and all they need is just one more auto attack, and no! To save the Dave is gonna be Penjahat with this feathered airstrike, completely shuts down his name, and now Nin in the wrong side of the woods. He's gonna get focused down, and here comes the stun, and that's gonna be a double kill for Penjahat on the bottom side. And meanwhile, middle lane as well, they force a fight. MamaJess goes for the pickoff, and ZiWei will be forced out, but no! The Molina kicks in. ZiWei will survive this, and she will be able to escape this. Meanwhile, this is happening. Penjahat will also get another kill onto a Xair. 17-5 in favor of Rabbit Warrior. Seems like a very, very close game coming in from them, as Rabbit Warrior trying to replicate game number 1's performance, but at the same time, Dennis Lim has something to say. They pick off Yoda, and that's gonna be Zentson taken out, but he will not be able to escape the wrath of the dynamic duo, Aul as well as Penjahat. XK Penjahat. What a performance coming in from them, and as of yet, total gonna be up for grabs, and as you can see, Rabbit Warrior will secure it. ZiWei gonna be left all alone a little bit. MamaJess is there to slow him down, but at the same time, the rest of Kungfu Rabbit not gonna be able to do too much. Now Xair gonna be slowly shoot apart by Aul. Is just standing there now. Here comes the combo, but misses the stun. MamaJess goes for the backlines instead, trying to deny rotations, but will she be able to survive this now? Maximum charge comes in, still connects, but MamaJess survives the 1 HP, but the glowing one tick, is it gonna be enough? Nope, it's actually the magic worship tick coming in. It's not gonna be enough to actually take her down. Meanwhile, this is happening. Nini once again on the bottom side, applying so much pressure from his split push. He's throwing bodies to force Rabbit Warrior to come down. This is the same strategy from Kungfu Rabbit from game number 1 to buy time. Hopefully it is going to be enough, because as of yet, Aul is just completely shutting down Kungfu Rabbit in the middle lane as they pick off another member from Kungfu Rabbit. Top side, as you can see, Penjahat going to be sidestepping his way through. Dennis Lim going to be playing the Stranger on this jungle. He's going to struggle a little bit more, but MamaJess needs to back out. She goes for the stun. Unfortunately, pops an ultimate, tries to go force a fight against Penjahat. Unfortunately, do not have the damage. They have the numbers, and Dennis Lim is only a Granger. They need to find some sort of retaliation, but Aul says, I've got the mobility to mow you down. This is a run and gun, a literal run and gun submachine gun coming from Rabbit Warrior and just chase you down. This is the definition of what we call still moving under gunfire. In this case, Aul continuing with this assault. Legendary coming from Rabbit Warrior. Farsa's feathered airstrike down bottom will shut them all down. ZiWei survives again with 1 HP. Doesn't even need the Molina, but the tier 2, will it fall? Yes, it will. Kungfu Rabbit, they were able to trade objectives with their lives, and considering that how low level Kungfu Rabbit is, it's okay to die. The respawns is not exactly important, because when it comes to later stage of the game, respawn timer scales over time and over the level. So in this case, Kungfu Rabbit, they're just throwing body from the objective. Is a pretty interesting strategy, but Rabbit Warrior, they are mages, right? Late game is not their territory. They need to close up this game as quickly as they can. Ao is trying his best. He picks up Dennis Lim, but look at this. MamaJess slowly scaling a little bit more tankiness, and she was able to survive this even with the maximum charge and the bleed coming in. She was able to survive this, and she's gonna be A-okay. Big clutch coming from MamaJess to survive it all as a tank. 0-3-0. But over time, she is going to be able to sustain through it all this tank. Xair, however, will be picked off from Zentson. Looking for the pick-off, and Zentson now looking for the pick. But at the same time, it's going to be up to Penjahat as well to finish him off as they get another 2 kills on the bottom side. Isolated the fight, grouping up as 4 as Rabbit Warrior forces the fight down bottom. Tier 1 finally falling on the bottom side. Took a while, 10 minutes. But Nin doing a fantastic job just zoning the bottom side, just making sure that this lane was shoved up. Right now, Rabbit Warrior says we are going to take the objective down bottom instead. Meanwhile, top side, Kungfu Rabbit, they are going to try and trade the tier 1 up top. Potentially going for the Lord, but unfortunately, they are forced to recall back because Rabbit Warrior, they're knocking the base on the tier 3s, but no, mistakes were made. Cyclops immediately dying to that fight. Now, Vincent gonna get caught out. MamaJess looking for the fight as well. They shut down Vincent, and now Owl is gonna go for the poke and push. In fact, as he goes for a 1v3, he gets a kill on the Layla, but the Granger completely missing the shot as Owl sidesteps his way through, but the maximum charge comes in, blocks the shot, and Owl giving chase. It all comes down towards a 1v1. Now, it's all about those sidesteps, but at the same time, Owl knew he was hiding there, preemptively shoots the bush and takes down Dennis Lim. Unlucky for Dennis Lim. Cooldowns on those first kill. Not going to be able to allow him to get this kill. So Owl is in a rampage right now. Legendary streak for him. 16-0-6 for Owl and 14-0-6 for XK Penjahat. Look at the items as well. They're all full slaughtered. Once again, Zentson not looking to purchase any items at all in this particular matchup. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they get a catch onto his Nin. And Penjahat just completely catching them off one by one. Zave now making a run for it, but invis or whatever. Owl doesn't need sight. As long as his bullets connect to an empty lot, that's exactly where the Mia is. Doesn't even need sight. That's the difference between a pro player and the casuals. He knows every little minor detail. However, now Penjahat finally getting picked off with the help of both MamaJess as well as Dennis Lim. That is a huge pick-off. 1 death on the side of Penjahat, but a huge economy swing into both that heroes in terms of comeback mechanics. Wow, Kungfu Rabbit, they are going to try and retaliate. Meanwhile, Nin is going to get completely sliced off with this Valer. The combos coming in, slowing him down. The power of the main, she's starting to scale off a little bit more. But objective-wise, you can see Rabbit Warrior, they're struggling to take objectives because of how little physical damage they actually have. ZiWei taking a big chunk of damage coming from Dennis Lim. However, the slows coming in is going to try and show them off. Xair is going to die. MamaJess trying to zone them out, but at the same time, they'll settle down with Zentson instead. But they're going for the full defense. They pop the Molina up on ZiWei, and Kungfu Rabbit manages to scare him off, and they will force Rabbit Warrior to back out. Beautiful defense coming from Kungfu Rabbit. MamaJess and Dennis Lim, both the dynamic duo coming in from Kungfu Rabbit. Ngo Ka-Nin did mention that they've got MamaJess, they've got Dennis Lim, and they are going to be able to fight this. And as of yet, beautiful defense. They lost the inhibitor down mid, take a huge amount of damage down bottom. But as long as they buy time, they are going to be able to chunk through all their damage. Meanwhile, Dennis Lim as well, preemptively going for a little bit more radiant armor, trying to tank through Owl. But now Owl, he gets caught out, the stun comes in. But where's the follow-up? Dennis Lim a little bit too far off. Feather airstrike will scare him off, and now they're looking to back out. Owl now going for the sidestep. He wants to try and pick off MamaJess. Unfortunately, doesn't have the range to do so. So that's going to be a little bit near-death experience coming from Kungfu Rabbit. Dennis Lim, he's the backup, but oh no! The double flame shot, maximum charge coming from Penjahat. as well as Aul will be enough to take Dennis Lim off. Such precision, but as soon as I say it, look at the bottom lane. Xair and Nin looking to take an inhibitor for themselves, but Penjahat immediately recalls back, defends this, kills off the Nin, defends against the minion, survives with an inhibitor as well. And as soon as this confusion comes in, the rest of Kungfu Rabbit will pick apart the members of Rabbit Warrior down mid and down top, as they try to make a little bit more comeback coming from Kungfu Rabbit. 10k net worth in favor of Rabbit Warriors. And this fun game seems to be a bloodbath coming from both sides. Whew, what a game from both sides. What a game indeed. But as you can see, Kungfu Rabbit, they are going to try to force a little bit more out of Rabbit Warrior potentially. But with the Lord in the favor of Rabbit Warrior, it seems like they do have the damage to actually close them out. But as of yet, they need to find a way to shut down Aul. 1907, that's going to be a big mechanic. But the maximum charge with Penjahat flickering forward. No, actually not even flickering forward. He's just hiding in the bush. Pops the Feather Dash Strike, completely nukes both Xair and Nin out of the equation. Now with the Lord, it's going to be a 3v5. Kungfu Rabbit, they might need to try and defend against this, but at the same time, can they? Because it is going to be a difficult one. Even though it's the first Lord, they do have the damage. MamaJess is soaking a lot of damage on the bottom side, pulling aggro away from Rabbit Warrior. But is it going to be enough? Now, Feather Astra comes in, they will fall, but eventually the Eater will fall as well. It's up to Dennis Lim to defend against this. The minions is going to be shoved away. Now, the second wave comes in. Rabbit Warrior, they can close out this game, and they will potentially do so. Kungfu Rabbit calling in, half HP comes in. They need to throw bodies for this, and Rabbit Warrior, they're backing up, but the minions, they're knocking on the crystal, and they will take game number 2 with Rabbit Warrior convincingly taking game number 2 in this match. And wow. What a game coming from Rabbit Warrior. What a surprising performance coming in from them, because I did not expect it as well. They showed dominance in game 1, couldn't close out the game. Game 2, they understood. They needed to close out the game, and they did it well done. And they executed the plan. They executed, and they won the game. Well done indeed. GG, well played coming from Rabbit Warrior. But now, let us take a look into the stats coming from Rabbit Warriors. And they will tie the series so far, and they were on the blue side. Seems like blue is going to be the lucky color from both of these teams, because look at this. Ow, 20-0-10. MVP on this Kimi. ZiWei completely, almost full slaughter as well, 2-1-9. But once again, Zentson for a second time. No items whatsoever, winning out the game. That's a big, big what if. What if coming from Rabbit Warriors. So I'm curious to see how it goes. But now, this is pretty much the stats coming from both sides. Let's take a look at the MVP for that match. MVP for game number 2 is going to be none other than Aul himself on the Kimi. 20-0-10 on that matchup. And it's no surprises as well, from start to end, dictating the tempo for the team, carrying the team in his bag, completely shutting down all the members coming from Kungfu Rabbit in every front. GG, well played, Aul. Nicely done. And now I'm looking forward to see what they have to say as we jump into an interview with Rabbit Warrior, with the captain, Zentson, up on screen. Now, up on screen here for the winners of game number 2, we have Rabbit Warrior up on screen with Zentson as well. The fellow members here, we have on the left, we have Aul, we have ZiWei, and we have Penjahat as well as Vincent all the way on the right here. Now, first things here, Zentson, how are you guys feeling? Because considering how game 1 went, game 2 now, what's it like? You know, you guys tied the series so far.
Okay, for the second round, for the second game, actually I'm a bit worried, because actually I choose the character actually is quite strong because of the Penjahat he chose for me, right? Then the one thing is I forgot to click the item. The item, yes, I forgot. But got the four of them helped me to support. Yeah, thank you so much for my teammates.
You know, in my mind, right, when I saw that match, I wanted to ask this question, you know, because game 1, 0 item on you. Game 2, 0. Is it like a handicap thing? But now I know. Thank you for answering that. Yeah. And so far, this is going to be the first time as well. I want to ask, how is the feeling, right? Like, what do you guys think about the overall collaboration between both TVB as well as MLBB KOL? Because all you guys are from different backgrounds coming in to celebrate the Chinese New Year. What do you guys feel like?
Very fresh, I think. Yeah, and of course they too are so pro. Oh my god. So pro. I was just help me. Yeah, and then they were just come I'm here, I'm coming. Yeah. And How about you guys?
Yeah, we just come and help and we win. Yeah.
Ah.
It's about teamwork. Yeah.
But speaking of which, this is an interesting matchup as well because this is my first time celebrating with you guys and for Chinese New Year's, especially for Penjahat as well. Oh, this is the first time as well. How's the Chinese New Year mood feels like for both of you? Who wants to go first? Penjahat or Aul?
Oh, me.
Bagaimanakah perasaan anda?
Perasaan saya happy dan sebab kita orang membuatkan satu comeback. Kita orang dah plan.
Yeah. Even kita yang first time jumpa, so dia memang like teamwork, professional. Yes.
Yeah, it's all about the It's all about the professionalism as well, and you guys made a very, very good comeback. I'm looking forward to see how Game 3 is going to go. Because Game 1, you guys almost won the game. It was pretty close, but that's pretty much in the interview. Because Game 3, I hope you guys are going to be able to come back from this year. But congratulations for Game number 2. I hope you guys are going to be ready for Game number 3. But for now, we're going to give you guys a little bit short break before we jump in towards Game 3. So thank you guys so much for joining with us for the Chinese New Year. And that is pretty much Rabbit Warrior up on screen as we are going to be jumping off towards a short break very, very shortly. That's pretty much it for the interview with them. That was a pretty interesting interview with Rabbit Warrior, and I hope you guys are excited as well because that was 2 very interesting games so far here for the Spring Festival Celebrity Variety Show. MLBB X TVB in this regards, and I'm looking forward to see how the decider match is going to be going out here. Total 3 matches so far. We've seen 2, both teams tying the series. Who will be the overall winner by the end of this series? But as we're going to be taking a very, very short break, and right after this break, we will have the final series for this matchup, and we'll see you guys right after this break.
每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送旧迎新。最开心等过年，烟花都开遍，新的开始我和你。
每一年开始我们都要在一起，每个字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着甜着意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新开始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每時也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着甜着意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每時也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送旧迎新。
最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
每一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着甜着意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝
年新开始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛進，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始，我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。很動狀相見，緊記着團聚意義，為着了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。
Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to Spring Festival Celebrity Variety Show MLBB X TVB. My name is ICBaby12 and this is going to be the final series for today, and I know you guys are extremely excited as well to see more action coming from your favorite celebrities up on screen as they perform and show you one of the best Mobile Legends here for Chinese New Year. And guess what? Game 2, extremely exciting here, and I can't wait to see how Game 3 is. But if you guys are curious how Game 3 is going to be looking out here, this is going to be the format up on screen. Now, to make things a little bit more interesting for the players themselves and all the celebrities, all the players now have one thing in common. They are only allowed to pick all female heroes only. All female heroes only. Yes, I repeat that. First game, classic. El Clasico, normal and Mobile Legends game. Game 2, one role only. But now, it's all female heroes only. So, who is going to have the upper edge? Why do you guys stick around to figure out? Because we are going to be jumping into the drafts right here, right now, between both Kungfu Rabbit as well as Rabbit Warrior as we jump into the game right here, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this time, we do see Kungfu Rabbits on the blue side and Rabbit Warrior on the red side. And so far, 2 games so far, both teams has won on the blue side. And are we going to see the full blue win for today? Blue might be the lucky color for today, especially in the Chinese New Year's here. But let's stick around to find out. But as of yet, Fanny will be banned off. That is technically a female hero. Rabbit Warrior also going to be banning off the Leslie. They know how good the Leslie was coming from MamaJess. Very annoying marksman coming from game 1. It seems like they have learned their lessons and figure out how to win this game. Natalia, however, is going to be banned off as well. So another very strong, annoying roamer assassin type hero, which is also a female hero. And 1-1 also going to be banned off from the side of Rabbit Warrior in case they decide to play something really interesting. And I agree, heroes with mobility such as like Kimi, such as like 1-1 can put a big dent into their drafts. But at the same time, Kungfu Rabbit, are they afraid of how Kimi is going to be brought out from Aul once again, especially how things went down for game number 2? Aul just an absolute monster in game number 2, and this time Kungfu Rabbit, what's going to be the first pick? Do they deny the Kimi? But seems like they're going to pick the Beatrix instead, so okay. I like it. It's technically a female hero. I'm not sure about aliens though. Heroes like Atlas, do they discriminate? Sorry, do they classify themselves as a gender? That's going to be a question here. Cyclops, is it a male or is it female? You know, I'm just going to keep it in your minds for a little bit. Is it a female or is it a male? A little bit of lore here coming from Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Meanwhile, Rabbit Warrior, they're picking into Selena. Selena was banned in game number 2. They don't really want to deal with the Selena coming from Kungfu Rabbit. This time it will be split off and they will pick it off. It's either going to be Penjahat playing it or maybe Aul playing it potentially. Ruby, technically a female hero as well, can be played off lane, can be played as a tank as well, coming from Rabbit Warrior. Karina coming from Dennis Lim, potentially coming from Kungfu Rabbit. Zave going for the Eudora again, so another all-female lineup coming from Kungfu Rabbit. All within the rules and regulation, okay? All within the rules and regulation. Rabbit Warrior, final pick for the first phase. What's it gonna be? They've got potentially a tank, potentially a side lane coming from them. Do they want to pick the Kimi for Aul? That's gonna be my question. They can technically go for it, but they are gonna try and secure the Nana up on ZiWei. ZiWei playing a phenomenal Nana game in game number 2. Seems like she is gonna be comfortable on that hero itself. So I think that's a pretty good call coming from Rabbit Warrior. But at the same time, they ban off the Rafaela. Comfort heroes coming from Kungfu Rabbit, especially how game 1 went down for them. So they are gonna deny Xair that Rafaela pickup. So Xair might potentially need to play something else in game number 3. But ban-wise, what are they gonna ban? Kimi, it's a pretty good shout here coming from Kungfu Rabbit if they decide to actually ban it off. What's it gonna be? It's up to Nin to actually decide this, but the rest of his teammates can actually show their picks here for Ka-Nin to actually pick this off, but they do ban off the Alice instead. Interesting choice. They need somewhat of a tank hero to actually soak the front lines. Alice is a pretty good one as well. Edith doesn't necessarily get the job done, considering how MamaJess was struggling in game number 2. So they took that into account. But the Layla will be picked up from the side of Rabbit Warrior. So another Layla game once again for them. Xair now thinking about going for the Florine. Oh, yeah. I really like the Florine pickup as well. The Blossom coming in from the Florine's ability, giving up on towards the Karina is going to try and power up the farm coming in from them. So Kungfu Rabbit really thought this into process. And the Masha pickup coming in from Nin. A very, very strong hero to be picked up as well. Very tanky, very annoying. And talking about split push potential, Ngo Ka-Nin has been playing it from the first 2 series. And he's been split pushing all the way through. And this hero fits his profile perfectly when it comes to split push potential. Whereas Rabbit Warrior, they are going to struggle to actually chase and kill off this Masha if he plays it well. In this case, Rabbit Warrior, final pick here. Is it? No, nah, dude, Penjahat, no. That's not within the rules. Okay, the first Joy of the series. We haven't seen the Joy at all. Joy, one of the strongest, most annoying, brand new, fresh, new hero up in Mobile Legends Bang Bang. And they are going to be bringing it up to the table. And Penjahat says this is going to be a jungle Joy. And I want to see how Penjahat plays this because, oh my goodness, this is going to be a little bit of a difficult match. But there you have it. The draft has been set. That is going to be an interesting one to watch as you can see the players are getting ready. Your favorite celebrities up on screen for the 3rd time for today. We have Kungfu Rabbit on the bottom side and Rabbit Warrior on the top side. And I want to see how they perform at the finest. Who is it gonna be? Because this is gonna be a little bit of a interesting one. They're all smiles and games and we are looking to close this final series very, very soon. But without further ado, let's find out how game 3 is gonna go. Because right now, Kungfu Rabbit going up against Rabbit Warrior for the decider match in game number 3. Who's gonna be the ones that come up on top? And as you can see, from the perspective of Rabbit Warrior, we have Joy being played by XK Penjahat. And with a little bit of help of Aul, this is gonna be a very, very smooth farm coming from this Joy. A lot of free rotations coming in with those dashes. Very similar to a Harif as well as a Lancelot dashes. So this is going to be an interesting one because considering that we haven't seen a lot of mage junglers over the years. But first blood in the hands of Nin. Bottom side gets a 1v1 matchup. Denies Zentson, the captains fighting against each other. And he will actually come out on top. Nicely done coming from Nin. 3 bars of health is all he takes. And there's no way he can man-fight this. Meanwhile, Penjahat looking to steal the purple buff on the bottom side instead. And somehow on the minimap as well, we do see Dennis Lim having a rough idea what's happening from Rabbit Warrior. We'll try and counter steal the top side. And that's going to be an easy orange buff trade-off coming from both sides instead. Nin, however, dropping a little bit too low for health, almost down towards the final bar. Might actually get dived in, but he does have the second bar available. He needs to make a run for it. Does he have the sprint? He doesn't. He has to execute. But guess what? Rabbit Warrior, they don't have the damage to kill him off, and this is huge coming from Kung Fu Rabbit because a lot of time has been bought out. The trap comes in, and now Nin, all he needs to do is just get his health up, and he can get it up. As you can see, Zentson is a little bit afraid to challenge the Masha, but we can see that Masha is just doing so much attack speed. He's finally hit those 4. Vincent, however, level 3 on top side. MamaJess going to be stealing the gold plating as much as he can, but Nin, 1 HP. What are you doing? He's going for an attack speed. He might actually die to the tower, and he actually will. Oh, no. Greed is good, but the strategy coming from Kung Fu Rabbit might pay off. But as soon as I say that, Rabbit Warrior, they will get an easy pick off on Xair on the top side with the Joy pickup. Penjahat getting their first kill from their sides. And Ziv, however, needs to make a run for it. Bottom side as well. The Turtle's going to be out for grasp, but they do pick off MamaJess on the top side. Oh, with the Selena 0-2, setting up kills for Vincent. So that's going to power from the marksman in their vicinity. Dennis Lim, however, will bully out the Ruby in the bottom side. So it's going to be a 2-4-2 tie. Technically, it's going to be an unofficial kill coming from Rabbit Warrior with 3-2, considering that they do. Nin did kill, kind of died on the bottom lane, but as soon as I say that, Rabbit Warrior, they get another pick off in the middle, they get another pick off in jungle. Penjahat as well as Aul just popping off again in game number 3 for the all-female heroes category. But once again, Penjahat now looking for the retribution battle. Dennis Lin, does he win this? And yes, he steals it away from Penjahat. Nicely done coming from Kung Fu Rabbit. Now Turtle is going to be out for grass. He knows for a fact that Dennis Lim does not have this retribution. And fortunately for Penjahat, he will bait it out. And this is going to be a guaranteed Turtle in his favor. There's nothing Kung Fu Rabbit can do. Nin continues with his pressure down bottom. Keeps the gold plating up. But look at this. Zentson is going to be trying to cut the creep waves, and he's going to be able to do it successfully. Meanwhile, Xair, however, is going to get picked off by Penjahat as he tries to finish him off. Unfortunately, gets stopped in his track, doesn't have the combo. Meanwhile, MamaJess will be picked off from Vincent. Goes for the burst. Aul will bait him out. Dennis Lim now trying to go for the finish. Unfortunately, goes in for the combo. Aul will be the victor in that fight. Xair also going to be picked off with the Joy. Ultimate as well being procced off as Penjahat will get a 3-0-0 on this Joy. So once again, Rabbit Warrior taking the lead in game number 3. And Zentson now going to be popped off. I'm offended being used, but MamaJess will get a freebie kill. However, the top side completely dumpstered as Rabbit Warrior will take the full gold plating, taking the tier 1 on top of it all for this Layla. So there's going to be a free economy swing coming in. Arrow comes in, but it's a protective arrow. Dennis Lim wants to go in for the finish. Preemptive measure, but a big ultimate coming from MamaJess. Chunks him way down. Layla's down, and Dennis Lim needs to make a run for it. Aul not going to let him off the hook. Arrow comes in, but the side steps from Dennis Lim is going to keep him alive. However, the traps might say otherwise. Ooh, MamaJess might actually fall there if he actually stepped on the traps. Meanwhile, Dennis Lim opening up the map a little bit more once again. Penjahat will steal the purple buff away from Dennis Lim on the bottom side, but instead, purple buff is going to be priority coming from Kung Fu Rabbit. As Rabbit Warrior seems to be playing a little bit more serious in this game as they try to figure out what is going on. Purple buff getting finished off. Dennis Lim is going to get called off, but Penjahat, they get a solo pick off again on this Joy. 5-0-0, Rabbit Warrior. Going to be invading the jungle this time. Dennis Lim, not exactly healthy in terms of economy as health. He needs to back off. The economy-wise, both sides still pretty close as well. Neck and neck. Rabbit Warrior getting a little lead, but as of yet, Ngo Ka-Nin going to be looking for the 1v fight against this Ruby. Ruby trying to bait him out, but he's all by himself. But he will die to the turret, and that's going to be Kung Fu Rabbit getting another freebie for him. It's 2-on-2 for Ngo Ka-Nin. And Kung Fu Rabbit, they're calling rotations down bottom. They want to try and take a tier 1 down bottom. They know that the turtle is a lost cause, and they won't let it for free for Rabbit Warrior. As they go down the bottom lane, take a tier 1. Nin will have the ultimate available. He's not using his ultimate yet to actually pop his health. But he's down very, very low. He needs to make a run for it. He needs to pop the ultimate and bait it out, but it seems like he's going to actually die to this. And there's going to be a 1 auto attack from Penjahat to get the kill. But the rest of Kungfu Rabbit, they need to make a run for it. The arrow connects on MamaJess. He's going for the side steps, but from the back lines, Dennis Lim is going to try and force the issue. Joy, however, will finish off the back lines, but Dennis Lim also going to be cleaning house. He gets one, he gets a double kill for himself, but they are so far into his deep enemy territories while Kungfu Rabbit is trying to force a couple of fights in. MamaJess will try to go in for the side step, but guess what? Vincent will slowly mow down Dennis Lim despite being immune to auto attack. So they won't lose Dennis Lim, but fortunately for them, MamaJess will survive and back out of it. Kungfu Rabbit, they get a couple kills here and there, but it seems like momentum is still in favor of Rabbit Warrior. Purple buff going to be secured from the side of Penjahat. It's going to be hitting that level 10 very soon. 7-0-0, 6 minutes a game. That's the perfect dream game for this Joy. However, trying to go for a couple setups, but you see this Masha starting to hit like a truck. Vincent trying to go for the Eagle Challenge coming in. I think he's going to be able to survive this, but at the same time, Ngo Ka-Nin is trying his best. He drops Vincent down pretty low, but then his name is going to be here to clean the house. He gets one, he gets two. That's going to be a double kill. Can he get the triple? This is going to be a fight between the Joy versus the Karina, but guess what? They've got the sustains, but guess what? Dennis Lim almost outplays Penjahat, and Penjahat will respect this and back out. So it's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Kungfu Rabbit in this trade-off. Great catch coming in from Dennis Lim, connecting with Nin on this Masha. 3 HP bar is so very difficult to actually chunk down, especially this early into the game, coming in from Rabbit Warrior. But as you can see, bottom lane is being shoved on towards Kungfu Rabbit's side. Rabbit Warrior, they have perfect control. They have lane control as well. Turtle going to be connecting on the bottom side as well. Zay will be picked off from Penjahat, and he's going to be looking for more. He got one. He's looking for the second one. MamaJess just doesn't have the damage to chunk him down. Ninin is there going for the fight, but this is a tank Masha, but he is going to get shut down as Penjahat gets a triple kill coming in from Rabbit Warrior. You can see smiles coming from Ngo Ka-Nin's face. He knows for a fact that, oh, that should not have happened. Dennis Lim, however, on the bottom side, they're going to be too much damage, but guess what? He's got enough to take down Zentson once again. 0-6-0. Top side Zay will be picked off with a surprise ambush coming in from Aul as well as Vincent. That's going to be another kill in the hands of Rabbit Warrior. As you can see, Xair also going to be picked up with this Layla. Vincent getting one of the dream games. Nin tries going for challenge. Oh, he's got so much tankiness, but MamaJess cannot do anything. As from behind, Penjahat has got so much sustains, completely shutting him down. Dennis Lim, not even in the fight. He's going for split push potential, but he needs to back off as the minions are shoved into the base of Kungfu Rabbit this time. Now, with the Cast Claw coming in up on Zentson. That is going to be a very tanky Ruby, but at the same time, Dennis Lim has got the damage. He got the kill on the Vincent. Now there's going to be another one on ZiWei. Once again, as this jungler up on this Karina just popping off from the side is Kungfu Rabbit. But economy-wise, they're only 3k apart from each other. And slowly but surely, Dennis Lim is actually able to scale and keep up in terms of level against Penjahat on this jungler. So 10-3 for Penjahat. Dennis Lim 9-2-1 is not that bad, considering how things are looking across the macro aspect of the game. It's not that bad for Kungfu Rabbit. All they need is just one big retribution or maybe a good pickoff. In this case, killing off Penjahat is going to be the key victim here. As you can see, Penjahat is trying to bait out a couple rotations, forces ultimate, MamaJess forces the flicker out. But at the same time, Penjahat has got the sustains to fight this, so he's going to back out. Meanwhile, Dennis Lim, he's going to try and force a fight. ZiWei, however, looking for the 1v1. Ngo Ka-Nin won't finish her off, so that's going to be one kill. Dennis Lim, however, getting kited around, will be taken down. Meanwhile, Ngo Ka-Nin, he needs to make a run for it. There's 3 members, he's making a run for it as well, but it seems like he's going to give up and try and force the fight. Now, going to try and bait this out, but does he finish him off? But no, he does not. He just walks away, scot-free, trusting Penjahat to save his life. Great outplays coming in from both Aul as well as Penjahat, again from Rabbit Warriors. Now, once again, Penjahat, look at his items as well. He's got the concentrated energy. He's got a lot of sustains. Meanwhile, the Layla as well going for the Cast Claw coming in. But this time, Zentson is going for full items instead. But again, another kill on the bottom side. They can pick off Zave, who's pretty much stranded all by herself. Rabbit Warrior now looking for a rotation. Seems like they want to try and close out this game as quickly as they can. The Lord is going to be up for grabs. As you can see, the Lord is gonna be in their favor. Kungfu Rabbit in no position to contest this. They have to shuffle the lane top side, so this is gonna be a free Lord in the hands of Rabbit Warrior potentially. MamaJess is here to contest, but the frontliners are not there. Then his name from the back lines actually wants to get a solo kill. He might be able to do so. Seems like he is going to try and make an attempt. That's going to be a kill coming from Dennis name, and this is going to be a second one as well. Double kill comes in, but the arrow from Aul will stop him in track, and that's going to be him losing his life as Aul will take him out. Meanwhile, that's happening as well. The rest of the team from Rabbit Warrior is going to be leaving Penjahat alone as he gets mowed down by 3 members. The shutdown coming in from Kungfu Rabbit is going to be enough, and this is huge for Kungfu Rabbit because they committed 4 for 4 fight, and guess what? Nin is going to be able to trade a tier 2 up top. They're calling in Aul to defend against this, but this is a tanky Masha. Aul, he's got the damage, but now look at this. The damage coming in from him is a little bit too much. He's got the sustains, and Aul is waiting for the proc, and he's going to try and finish him off. He's staring him down, and he knows for a fact he will burn him out instead with the magic worship. Nicely done coming from Aul. But at the same time, Kungfu Rabbit, they open up the map, they get a little bit more control in this trade-offs. Aul, however, gonna try and set things up. He's half HP. He's setting up for the arrow. He does connect. He's gonna go for the combo, but Beatrix comes in with the combo and says, "Shut down to you again." And that's gonna be a perfect bait coming from Kungfu Rabbit to bait out Aul. 2 major shutdowns in the favor of this Beatrix. MamaJess immediately scales back in terms of economy. Then his team wants to go for a little bit more. He's gonna get a double potentially, as the Nana is gonna survive. Nope, absolutely not. Double kill for both of the cores coming from Kungfu Rabbit, and this is huge in this final game for both sides. Now, Penjahat is still alive on this Joy, but eventually the marksman has got to carry the game. In this case, the Layla hasn't had the most ideal time coming from Rabbit Warrior, while Kungfu Rabbit, MamaJess as well as then his name, starting to scale a little bit better into this game, considering how annoying and how much space Nin has been making on this Masha across the map. And once again, you can see the top side on the mini-map as well. Aul was forced to make sure that Nin doesn't get super out of crazy. They bait out the ultimate coming from Joy, and that's going to be Penjahat backing out. The arrow comes in, 4v1. He's got 3 bars of health, but look at this. The amount of damage, a little bit too much, but they do trade one on the bottom side as well as they take down Zentson from the side of Kungfu Rabbit. Making sure the pros and cons, weighing your options, and they get a lot of pickoffs here as well. Then his name looking to finish off Aul, and oh my goodness, what is that damage? 2 hits combo is all he needs, but now it's up to Penjahat to save the day. He gets a double kill. The ult coming from MamaJess is going to scare him off, but at the same time, Penjahat, he's trying to bait them out towards a prolonged fight. Unfortunately, they do not take the bait as Kungfu Rabbit is forced to defend the top side. So great disciplined plays coming from Kungfu Rabbit on the top side. The Lord is going to be respawning now, and it's all up to both sides to actually contest this. But as of yet, will Rabbit Warrior be able to clear this quick enough? They do have Penjahat is pretty farly stacked in terms of economy. He's just hit his level 15, so this is the most ideal time. It's not at the end of the war as well. The Lord is still relatively easy to actually take down. He just got his Bloodwing on top of it all. Divine Glaive up on ZiWei, so that's a lot of magical damage. But as soon as I say this, you can see the attention comes in. Arrow doesn't seem to connect, but Joy now popping the ultimate. They do have the damage, chunk him down. Masha tries to fight for his life coming from Nin. He wants to finish off Aul, however, won't be able to do so, as they realize the big threat coming from Kungfu Rabbit is going to be Ngo Ka-Nin on this Masha. But as soon as I say this, you can see Zentson doing a fantastic job buying time. Dennis Lee will trade off the Nana, but unfortunately, will he be able to survive? He manages to sidestep his way through, but right in the hands of Vincent. That's going to be a free kill on towards the marksman to scale a little bit more. Lord will be secured from Rabbit Warrior once again. Kungfu Rabbit tries to go for the macro play. Unfortunately, they lose 2 for 2, and they lose the Lord on top of it all. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a successful attempt coming from them. But Rabbit Warrior, they are pulling their punches as they're just going all out as of yet. Ultimate to clear the minions coming from MamaJess is not going to do much, but guess what? Penjahat says, I am going to test the waters as they bait out reactions with just one skill. Multiple flickers coming from Kungfu Rabbit. Rabbit Warrior just playing, having them in their palms of Penjahat right now. It's all about the outplays. Another ultimate coming from MamaJess to bush check that, and Aul sidesteps his way through, but you can see Aul's damage on this Selena is starting to hurt. But while this is happening, Ngo Ka-Nin Nin show himself up the top side, and immediately Rabbit Warrior says, we are going to try and shut him down. We know for a fact the comeback game coming in from Kung Fu Rabbit is all about shutting him down. In this case, they've learned their lessons from game 1. Not this time for game 3, they say. Not this time. And as you can see, Rabbit Warrior, they're looking to close up this game, 16 minutes game with the Lord coming in. Ngo Ka-Nin is 20 seconds on the sidelines, and Kung Fu Rabbit, he got to throw bodies for this. Owl diving a little bit too deep. Might actually get punished for his one more auto attack is all MamaJess needed, but at the same time, the Lord is knocking down. He popped the ultimate, a big one as well. ZiWei is going to be shut down. Then his team is trying to go for the cleanup crew. He gets 2. However, won't be able to get a little bit more. Vincent is there going for the challenge against MamaJess, but she does have the immortalities and the Haas Claw. It's going to be a 1v1, but at the same time, immortality has been popped. Ngo Ka-Nin comes in. She will get stun locked, but it is going to be up to Ngo Ka-Nin to fight this 1v3. He's got the tankiness, but at the same time, Rabbit Warrior, they've got the numbers, and the minion will close out the game. And that's going to be Rabbit Warrior winning game number 3. What a comeback, what a turnaround, and Rabbit Warrior will secure the victory against Kung Fu Rabbit. What a game, what a game. That was a pretty interesting finale here for the Spring Festival Celebrity Variety Show MLBB XTV. This is something that I did not expect as well, but GG well played coming from Rabbit Warrior, because that was a pretty good fight, and GG well played towards Kung Fu Rabbit as well, because that was a very, very interesting game coming from both sides. But this is going to be the post-game stats coming from both sides. Let's take a look at the stats coming from both scenes. And as you can see, finally this time in game number 3, Zentson going full items. You know, enough with the handicap. We want to take this win, and they will take the dub. Congratulations to Rabbit Warriors, because they will be the victors for this entire series. MVP is going to be none other than Penjahat, full item slotted as well. Owl going for Athena Shield to get a little bit more sustains. Meanwhile, from Kung Fu Rabbit, full items coming from MamaJess, full items coming from Dennis Lim as well. Ngo Ka-Nin 3-11-2 doing a fantastic job on this Masha. Tried his best to actually get a lot of map pressure across the map. Didn't exactly work out. So Rabbit Warrior, they were understanding the playstyles coming from Kung Fu Rabbit. But as of yet, let's take a look at the MVP for game number 3. Who's it gonna be? And up on screen, the MVP for game number 3 is gonna be none other than XK Penjahat on the joy as the MVP with a total of 15 kills, 2 deaths, and 9 assists. A total damage done of 106,000 damage dealt so far. This joy is just popping off. So much sustain, so much burst as this jungler. And XK Penjahat has shown you a masterclass performance here for the Chinese New Year. What a game indeed, coming in from both the star players of Rabbit Warrior, both XK Penjahat and Owl. Well done, GG, well played, and I'm looking forward to see how the game is going on, because as of yet, we are going to be jumping into an interview with the captain coming in from Rabbit Warrior. As you can see up on screen, we are going to see what they have to say. Now, up on screen, we have the winners for the final game here. We have Rabbit Warrior and the entire team here. We have Captain Zentson, as well as the remaining players here. We have ZiWei, Vincent, as well as XK Penjahat and Owl up on screen. And this is going to be an interesting interview because, okay, before we go into this interview here, I got a little bit of an interesting question here. How are you guys feeling so far overall in the entire game so far?
Feeling so excited. Are you nervous? I'm so excited. Excited, right? I'm so happy, yes. Actually, I'm also expected we are the winners. But
wow!
We did it! Woo!
Wow, you can see the confidence and the morale coming in from Team Rabbit Warrior here. But at the same time, I know you guys had a very, very good run as well. 2 comeback games, 2-0 comeback, and taking the whole series against Kung Fu Rabbit. I know this is going to be a really exciting one as well. And of course, thank you guys here for joining with us to celebrate the Spring Festival with us. But at the same time, I want to ask, what kind of preparations have you guys done so far for the Spring Festival? And what are you guys going to do to celebrate the Chinese New Year's? Starting from captain, and then we go from left to right. Owl, and then go to ZiWei, and then go to Penjahat, as well as we have Vincent.
Okay, for me, this festival, I maybe spend time with my family, and maybe going to Ipoh, go makan-makan and Jangan. Yeah.
Okay, Owl.
Angpao. And limau. Limau, yes. Limau. Yes. Limau, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ZiWei.
I'm gonna call all my Chinese friends, so I call them and I ask for angpao and give.
Oh, okay.
Vincent?
Well, it seems like everybody is enjoying themselves here. It's all about securing the ang paos as well as the limao to come in for celebration for Chinese New Year. We know that's going to be the easiest one, right? Okay, every Chinese New Year, you know, it's the Chinese tradition that we're talking about. But now, I've got to ask a little bit more as well because now coming in towards the final thoughts here, before we actually close out the entire series, is there anything that each and every one of you wants to say towards the fans, the family, or friends member that is supporting and also watching the current show in front of you guys?
Okay, so the first, actually, I'm so excited and so happy can join this Mobile Legends Bang Bang. And thank you so much for having me. And for my team, nice to meet you guys, two of them. And because they are professional in this player, so I'm so appreciative for them because they are our group MVP. Yes, and also from them, ZiWei and Vincent.
Oh, that's pretty much it. But Aul, you know, I got a little bit interesting question here, Aul, okay? If you can actually listen to here, how's your experience, you know? I think this is my first time seeing, you know, you guys come and celebrate Chinese New Year with us, right? So how's your feeling of, you know, celebrating Chinese New Year's with us?
Feeling?
Yes, your feelings.
Feeling happy and all friends.
Can make new friends?
Yeah.
That's important, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much making friends. It's all about making acquaintances. Who knows, you know, if you considering you guys has been playing an amazing game, right? I'm pretty sure one of you guys got to give him a big ang pao later, if you know what I mean. It's all about having the homecoming festivities as well. We can see a little bit of an invitation from Zentson. So if you guys want to go to Zentson's house, you better call Zentson for his address. In this case, Aul, he knows it. But if you want his ang pao, be sure to, you know, contact Aul for a little bit of a sidetrack. However, what about ZiWei? Anything you want to say to the fans?
Professionals and so appreciate and wish you all happy Chinese New Year.
Thank you so much. And of course, now we followed by XK Penjahat. Apakah perasaan anda? What's your feeling?
Saya sangat happy lah sebab dapat berkenalan dengan kawan-kawan baru kan. Tambah lagi angpao.
Oh, it's nice to always make new friends here. It's all about making new friends here. It's all about celebrating the festivities. Final thoughts here for Vincent to close out the series, representing from Rabbit Warrior.
Have fun.
All right, thank you guys so much. That's pretty much an interview coming from Rabbit Warrior. Congratulations, Yuvin, and thank you guys so much for joining with us as well, as we are going to be following up and taking a look into what Kungfu Rabbit has to say as we jump into an interview with them. Now we have up on screen the captain coming from Kungfu Rabbit. We have Ngo Ka-Nin with me up on screen all the way from Hong Kong. And this has been an exciting match so far. Thank you so much for joining here as well. Thank you, Mr. Ngo, for actually joining with us as well. But at the same time, I've got a couple questions to ask you as well because so far, you know, what can you describe your experience for today's show? Anything you want to say as well as your teammates and overall the entire event itself, and as well as anything you want to say towards your fans, your friends or family who's actually watching the show?
Yes.
And yeah. 其實咧，而家想問下啦，你而家嘅感覺係點樣嘅？你做咗呢個節目之後咧，我覺得你係第一次嚟做呢度啦，你個感覺係點樣嘅感覺咧？之後
其實我第一次用遊戲機去做一個節目，咁一路玩遊戲同我哋自己團隊一路喺度傾偈。其實咧，我哋傾偈通常裏邊係傾啲咩咧？大叫啊！
救命啊！救命！
點啊！我哋全部裏邊咧個 chat room 嗰度係好嘈，好開心嘅。過年啊嘛，過年好開心。咁但係好玩咧，呢個 game 真係好玩，因為其實即係對方係好犀利嘅，咁但係我哋都有兩位高手喺度嘅，咁但係奈何係可能我又渣咧，我要練習多啲先得。但好玩啊，真係好玩。
All right, and of course from Ngo Ka-Nin's side, he did say that, you know, actually, you know, this is going to be his first time actually playing on the game itself as well, showing up on the show itself. But at the same time, his experience in the game itself has been very, how do I put it? Very loud. It's all about screamings. It's all about asking for help, and it's all about the mood and the feeling and the vibes coming from Chinese New Year, right? You gotta be loud. You gotta be noisy. It's all about happiness, and that's pretty much their entire journey. Now, next question here, Ka-Nin. I've gotta ask. What's your feeling so far with this entire collaboration? And also, you know, to close this off, is there anything you want to say to your supporting fans and your followers who's actually watching the show currently up on screen? So, Ka-Nin， 而家想問嘅咧，你而家成個感覺啦 ，OK？ 你參加呢個節目之後咧，你覺得成個過程係點樣嘅？之後你如果有咩想同你嘅朋友們啊，你嘅 family 啊，你全部嘅粉絲啊，全部有啲咩想講嘅？
其實我參加完呢個節目咧，我覺得嘅，因為我好少打遊戲機。今次咧，我覺得係打完呢個遊戲機，我覺得係應該要一班朋友喺一個 room 裏邊，一間房裏邊一齊飲下嘢，一齊打機，或者同一啲 fans 啊，或者屋企人啊，或者好朋友啊，咁啊坐晒喺度，有張 sofa， 咁啊又係咁嘈咯。咁啊跟住大家飲下嘢一路打機係好好玩嘅。咁同埋要練習多啲咯。即係話我之前我啲隊友，佢哋好多好犀利嘅咁，所以要跟佢哋練習下先得。
下次啊，飛嚟馬來西亞一齊打啊！唔錯啊！
三月將會。
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Insider news. Okay, sure. The translation here is he's feeling here. You know, it's really nice as well. He wants the experience. If you want to play this game, it's all about, you know, getting everybody in the same room to actually play together, and that's going to be a potential thing. But I also asked a little bit of an extra question as well. Is he going to be able to come to Malaysia? It seems like Ngo Ka-Nin, he's hinting. March potentially, it's gonna be a thing coming in from them. And all that's final thoughts, final words, anything to the fans.
希望大家繼續支持呢一個 game， 繼續支持。
Thank you so much, Ka-Nin. And he said, you know, hope everybody is gonna be continue to support this game. That's his final remarks here. Thank you so much, Mr. Ngo, as we are gonna be heading off to your fellow members to say what they have to say for the next interview question with your remaining members of Kungfu Rabbit. Well, this is going to be the remaining members of Kungfu Rabbit. We had an interesting discussion with Ngo Ka-Nin early on. And this is up on screen. We have Kungfu Rabbit. How are you guys feeling? Oh my God. I like that you guys are very synchronized. You know, everybody's like, oh, you guys lost. You know, you guys had a good run in game number 1, and then after that, it's just so difficult. But oh no, you know, I want to ask, how was the communication, you know, between both of you guys as well as Ka-Nin in between? I'm curious here. Anyone want to answer this? I'm pretty sure MamaJess has a lot to say now.
I think actually the communications, everything is very fine. He will aggressively telling us where he wants to go. Then he asks us to go opposite lane,
specifically to the left.
He loved the left.
He loved the left lane.
He loved the left.
And he loved to push the towers. Favorite.
It's all about split push potential
that's why
coming in from
we suggest him to go for Masha, which is perfect for him. Go and never come back.
All the way.
Yeah.
You know, that was a very interesting strategy, and I like you guys are adapting as well. But now I want to ask a couple of questions here. I'm gonna ask, what kind of preparations are you guys gonna be doing here, especially celebrating in Chinese New Year? I know that different people have different kind of celebrations. Let's start from the left. Dennis Lim, how are you gonna be celebrating your Chinese New Year? Are you gonna be singing as well?
Oh no, it's I just want to eat, and of course I'm from Penang.
Okay.
All the best food is from there.
True.
Yes.
Recently, there's like Michelin stars everywhere from there as well. So that's a pretty interesting one.
Yes.
Penang pride over there, huh?
Penang lang. Yeah.
I can feel like he's tired and he's exhausted because he was trying so hard to win the game or something like that. But
I tried so hard. Okay.
It got so far. All right. And yeah, thank you so much, Dennis. What about you, Xair? What's your celebrations gonna be looking like for Chinese New Year?
Normally for Chinese New Year, I will go to the wet market with my family. Do you guys do that? No?
No.
Because it gets very lively. Right? Yeah, and we like to catch line dance performances in malls.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. What about you, Zeph?
I think I go a lot of Chinese New Year countdown and also a celebration like different malls or maybe Padang that.
So I'm guessing you're a party person.
Yes,
Because
of
we're gonna
course.
go to a party, having a party, go and crash and count down fireworks, everything.
Yes, and also meet some friends. If they can give ang pao, they can receive ang pao.
Are you giving some hint to me?
Yes, MamaJess, you gotta prepare a big wallet for this. MamaJess, what about you?
Since like they are asking for the angpaos, then you guys can come my house because I'm not going back my hometown this year. Dennis is from Penang. I'm much more further. I'm from Kedah.
So far.
Far I'm from Sabah actually.
But you have to fly, ma. My one driving.
No, it's okay. You can touch and go. You can e-wallet.
I'm so sad.
Okay, and thank you guys so much for actually joining us as well. I know everybody's very busy with the celebrations and everything, and thank you guys for joining us for actually have a very interesting segment between both collaboration with both MLBB as well as TVB. Now to close things off with the series here, this is gonna be your final time showing up on screen. Is there anything you guys want to say to his fans who's supporting you guys watching the stream, or family friends who's actually celebrating at home? Start from the left. We have Dennis Lim.
Yes. 恭喜發財. Play more Mobile Legends and have fun gathering with your friends and family.
All right, thank you. Very humble comment coming in. You can see the laughters are holding in. Xair, what about you?
I'll go with the basic. I wish everybody health and a prosperous year. Yep.
Okay, very strong. All right. Xair?
For me, 恭喜發財, ang bao nalo, and also if Chinese New Year is boring, you just follow our IG and PM us. Then we will play the Mobile Legend with you guys.
Wow. That's a little bit of a nice plug-in. I don't know if you guys are gonna have a pop-up here. On the left, we have Dennis Lim, and we have Xair on the middle, we have Zev on the right, and then we have last one, MamaJess. You shout out for you already. Done. Okay, now MamaJess, last one.
Last one, since like earlier I say I'm not going back, I'll be at home, so I'll be streaming Mobile Legends. And you guys, if you want to join, maybe we can give some angpao of diamonds for you guys.
Oh! Wow. So you guys are watching at home?
Angpao lah, because MamaJess tak mampu lah.
Okay, two things you can do here for you guys watching at home as well. All you gotta do is just follow MamaJess, maybe PM her, ask for an address, go all the way, travel up north in Malaysia and Kedah and celebrate, and ask, hopefully she'll give you an angpao. If not, it's okay, you can play together and possibly get diamond. But that's pretty much it here. Thank you guys so much, Kungfu Rabbit. That was a pretty interesting interview. We are going to be closing up this interview section, and we'd like to thank you guys all. But of course, that's pretty much it for the Kungfu Rabbit segment, and we are going to be closing things off. Thank you guys so much, as we are going to be finishing things off for the Spring Festival Celebrity Variety Show. Well, that's pretty much it with the interview for both Kungfu Rabbit as well as Rabbit Warrior. And thank you guys all so much for tuning in for the Spring Festival Celebrity Variety Show, MLBB X TVB. Who would have thought we've seen so many of our favorite celebrities up on screen to play a couple of fun games from Mobile Legends to actually celebrate Chinese New Year. And all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, because it has been an joyous moment for you guys as well. And I hope to see more of this collaboration with all of you guys so far. But nevertheless, we wish you guys a happy Chinese New Year. Hope bless one, and hope you guys enjoy the New Year's. My name is ICBB12. This is going to be me signing out, and see you guys in the next one.
每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送旧迎新。最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
每一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，會除了福氣讓你知。
一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次加上你心意。祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。
祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開 每个字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，圍着了風氣讓你知。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新开始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也是你生意。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新开始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，新的開始我和你。
每个人的脸上都充满欢喜，都忙着送舊迎新。
最開心等過年，煙花都開遍，新的開始我和你。
一年開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。
寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，匯聚了福氣讓你知。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也順你心意。
祝你有個健康身體，
祝你財源都掛記，
祝你天天美好心情，祝你萬事如意。祝你喺嚟緊呢一年，想要乜嘢都可以，有我陪你一齊過年，初一初二玩得通宵。
每一天開始我們都要在一起，每個字都是我的心意。寒冬中相見緊記着團聚意義，圍着了風氣讓你知。一起恭喜，一起恭喜，一起祝福你，新的一年新開始。快樂見面，快樂見面，祝福你每天，每次也是你生意。一起恭喜，一起恭